Being weird?
Stream froze.
Being...
You're regretting it, Sarah.
That silence was a natural 15 charisma save, so I mean, obviously you were enamored and confused. Welcome everybody to Charisma Saves, the only show where we have elite gamer, one of them.
Two of them.
No.
Well, that's true. It's Stolen Valor, yeah.
It's Stolen Valor. Sarah has a super elite Destiny 2 bomber jacket.
My jacket.
Her virginity actually was regained today when she opened that package, so it's gonna be very awkward.
It's okay, we'll fuck with the jacket on, and then I'll preserve my virginity at the same time.
No, it restores it, doesn't keep it going. It doesn't maintain it. It's a one-timer.
Hey, Alex, do you want to start our own campaign?
Wait, why did she get roped into this? Wait, she didn't even say anything. Why is she guilty?
I only felt like one name was enough.
Oh,
If I said Alex and Hannah, it wouldn't have had the same flow.
fair
It's
enough.
okay, it'll just be those two. It'll be the quietest game of D&D.
They'll just be on their phone the whole time. They won't even...
So, like, yeah, we're fighting dragons or whatever. 20 minutes of silence.
That's okay. You need stoicism. Imagine if you were all the face.
Oh, God.
Thank goodness. So, any announcements? I know that we keep saying this, but really you are making a lot of progress. You actually streamed some art the other day.
Arcelius is done. I got 2 more to go. The line art is done on most of the way on this boy over here.
So we're gonna have
and then I gotta work on
revamp.
Professor, so
Looking good.
it's taking time.
Also, Sarah and I went out and I spent $30 on props.
Yeah, we spent a lot of money at a craft store to make...
$30 isn't that much, but yeah, it's just
I mean,
a dumb
just
amount.
for...
For campaign 2 stuff?
Yeah.
We bought a ton of little glass bottles and some resin.
Making potions. And other shit. I also found the perfect kerplunk.
Like the game?
Nope, the perfect kerplunk. You're gonna take a coin and you're gonna drop it in, and it will make a kerplunk sound. I found it had to be a sound we can hear thousands of times for multiple years and never be tired of
He
the
was
kerplunkiness.
seeking out the fucking sound.
Found the perfect kerplunker.
For what?
For those of us at the table who are decent human beings.
And live in Michigan.
You should move your whole entire life so you can play this game.
Yeah, you should actually.
For the metal coins to go in, we're gonna have a bank.
Coins?
The coins.
The coins?
Yeah, very, very cool. I feel like something else happened related to D&D, but I can't recall it. Nope, that's it. Those are the announcements. Anything else? Anybody else want to talk?
I'm wearing a douchey Rick and Morty.
That you are?
Would you be
it's
surprised?
cute.
Would you be surprised? I did. That's why I bought it. I did like it.
I thought it was watermelons at first glance.
Yeah, I like the colors.
Would you be surprised to find that this came from a store that also
Is
sells?
it Hot Topic?
No.
Was
this
it
is-
BYE?
Was it the mall, the sword store?
Did you go to the mall?
No, this is from the weed store.
Oh.
Oh, that's also not surprising.
Checks out.
Yeah, that tracks.
3 of those places sell CBD, I think.
I'm 90% sure this is bootleg also because it looks like it's a JPEG that they made a little bit too big for the shirt.
Yeah.
It looks fine from this distance.
Sure.
Maybe when you're up close, it starts to pixelize. But
I wore this in public today though, and I regretted it immediately.
why?
See,
Who
this
gives
is
a
why
shit?
I get my nerd shit in low-key fashion.
My mom bought me that.
I bought this for either hanging out with you guys or at home thing. I didn't want to be all euphoric out in the world, like, oh, I watch Rick and Morty. Look at how.
My IQ is so high.
Where's the Szechuan sauce pickles? LOL.
XD so random. This is basically Invader Zim all over again.
Yeah.
Invader Zim wasn't nearly as fun or well written.
I downloaded the new season. We should get together and watch the new season of Rick and Morty, by the way.
I haven't seen it, and I do like it.
Okay.
And we got Sarah to like it too. Boom! It happened.
Oh god, watching it high was such a fucking terrible experience, though.
Wait,
that
have
the one
you?
time you
have
had
you
edibles?
I was gonna say, have you gotten high?
You watched Rick and Morty with that?
Yeah, when I ate the edibles
that's
that
the
you
best.
made.
Well, she was freaking
And
out.
I
That's
was
fair.
way overdosed on
Oh, yeah.
weed. We put on Rick and Morty, and it was like lagging behind. It was sounded like I was underwater while trying to listen to a TV show.
Those are super shitty edibles too. It's surprising that it did like
It was
anything.
really bad.
Well,
That was a tangent. Sorry.
I think it's all a tangent. All of this is
Life
a
is
tangent.
That's our life.
So, I think that's it. No dem debates tonight for real. People ask me. I don't care. I'll probably look at it tomorrow on stream or something. I'm uninterested. Hannah and I are watching a gun fantasy movie.
It's called. What is it called?
Not The Revenant. It's called the Reliant.
The Reliant.
It's
And it's got a-
Kevin Sorbo's dying in the first act. I'm calling it right
It's
now.
got that Boswick
You think
guy.
they would kill him off that soon?
Yeah, he's 100% dying in the first act because the rest of the preview he might come back later like he wasn't actually dead or he's Jesus or something. But he's definitely
think he
gone
would
because
be
they
Jesus.
mourn him, and then it's like Red Dawn because that's the only budget they had, and it's gonna be dog shit. So I'm very very much looking forward to that Christian movie. Gonna watch that tomorrow morning and then record it, and then that'll be out. Boy. Not really related to D&D at all, but that's gonna be bad.
Brian Bosworth or whatever the fuck is
The
name.
Boz?
He's in the movie.
The Boz. He was a football player.
Now he's in bad Christian
Seattle?
movies.
Seahawks, I think.
I think so. No, yeah, you're right.
Bengals? Fuck, I don't know. Both?
Hawk sounds familiar.
I watched the documentary The Boz, and that's how I know The Boz. A 30 for 30, because I was not a person when he was playing, so
Seahawks.
I didn't exist. Nailed it. So, he has terrible hair. You know who else has terrible hair? Me. And I'm the DM, and I'm about to start this show.
You don't
so,
have terrible hair, though.
sometimes.
It looks good most of the time.
How fucking dare you? No more.
That's like the nicest thing I've said to you
no
in like
more
5
compliments.
years.
I feel
Can't
like you
handle
probably
it.
said
Daddy
some nice
issues.
stuff.
All right. The only way I know how to feel self-esteem is to not have any.
That makes no fucking sense
No,
whatsoever.
that's the only way I can feel self-esteem is the lack of it.
That makes sense.
It does make
It
sense.
makes sense
yeah.
to the daddy issues.
True.
Wait. Never mind.
I think my issues are just different.
They made it. I don't think that's what manifested it. But I do think we have different fathers. They should get together on a tiny airplane and try to fly it. So
Without a pilot.
I was gonna say just John Denver them. It's
John
fine.
Denver. Wait, did John Denver get John Denvered?
Yeah.
That was on purpose?
No.
Oh, that's what I meant. No, you can't. That's just happenstance.
Also, people were sad when John Denver died.
True.
No one would be sad if
They'll
my
probably-
dad died.
Just like cockroaches and Harrison Ford, they will survive.
They
Anyway.
would too. Oh God.
I know.
The universe is cruel.
The pickling from the cigarettes and alcohol would just keep their insides in shape. Hey, you have a good dad. Speaking of good dads,
Yeah, where's
Agnir.
Basileus?
I was gonna say, where's Alexander?
Yeah, Alexander.
We need Jake pretending to be a positive fatherly
he
influence.
is a good dad. He did try to kill you once.
You just
So,
did- you just
He
did
was
the
under a
opposite
curse.
He
of your real
successfully
dad.
killed me once.
Yeah, he successfully killed you,
True.
and then we killed him.
you know what would have been really emblematic is if he killed you and then you came out as the lady.
Daddy issues caused your coming out.
There you go. That would have been beautiful. Oh, too bad. That was before the stream. Anyway, game face. Last we left off, basically the entire episode was incredibly stressful. There were several times where Jake thought he was going to kill Sarah, and almost did. But you made it out. You happened to defeat Captain Thava, the champion set forth by Mindrorian to fight you in single combat to the death for both entertainment and a sadistic bet. on Mindorian's half as part of a fulfillment of a treaty of peace that you have set forth. You were promised 50 free halfling slaves upon winning, and after
To be
this,
freed,
to
clarify.
be free, yes, not to be. It wasn't like a devil's contract where it's like, here's some bodies.
Although it would make work at Sky Point probably much easier for the other people there.
Yeah. So, where we pick up is basically right after that. The crowd has since dispersed. There's still revelry going on outside. The dragons, for all their bullshit, have put on quite a show here. They clearly... It's been a huge influx of actual, wealth in the city. And for all the bad things, if there's one thing Gygax needed, it was probably an influx of wealth. You're hearing people actually, this is it's like a party out there. It's kind of like after any major sporting event, people are in the streets and you hear chanting. You hear a lot of Valkyrie, stuff
It's
like
like the
that.
home team
You
won.
hear the Vuvuzelas. It is like the home team won. You are the champion of Gygax. Yep. Yeah, one of several champions of Gygax. The Keepers of Eight are well-known entities here. The Emperor is part of the team. Yeah, so the rest of you are up in the skybox. Mindorian, he gave a huff and he leaned forward. But it wasn't like, my dastardly plan is ruined. It was more of a disappointment in almost that it ended at all, rather than how it ended. He seemed to be very much enjoying it during the time. And after a few moments of quiet, and basically everyone in the front row feeling the metaphorical heat of dragons behind them losing an event, you suddenly feel very vulnerable for a moment, knowing that all these powerful beings are right behind you, possibly disgruntled. The first person to break the silence up here, as Alenia has sort of been ushered into the, the locker room, the waiting room that had been set before, and you see Captain Thava's body be taken away. Everyone disperses. First person to break the silence is Saldra the Bright Queen, the blue dragonborn, or blue dragon woman. And it's almost like a sort of like a tooth suck, well, now that your sport is done, I can be off to do real work. Thank you so much for the event. And then she stands up and starts to walk out. Leans down in front of her towards Egnir, and in your left ear, Egnir, you hear her very openly whisper, so that all can hear, "Do be careful of this one." And then she leans back and walks out. After that, Mindorian sits back. Meldrad, the black dragon, is more disgruntled than Mindorian by far. He doesn't seem to talk much. Mindorian, well, I guess Y'all won. Fair and square. Well, you want to go down and see your friend?
We'd love to.
All right. These two, and he points over to two large fire giants that have been standing at the entrance. Will escort you on down, and you see, I mean, these are very large humanoids with, like, heat-reddened skin, black metal armor. One of them holds, or has two giant shields on their back, and the other one has a humongous sword. Just huge, and you can see, while this is a well-built structure made of really, really strong wood, as they step forward, the it like bends, and even though all of you have ways of not dying in the event of a collapse, it's still like this uneasy, like little butt pucker moment as they're bending fucking tree trunks under their feet. I have to go get her winnings.
Sure.
Please, by all means. And he just waves you out. What do you want to do?
Yeah, go the direction he pointed to.
Anybody do anything?
No.
Okay, Numai's gonna stand by your side, Egnir, and walk with you. I believe you all had your plus ones. Your dun is also there. So the standard crew, all very heterosexually, walk out of the door. Which is
Heterosexually walks
very
out.
strange. So you're led down to the lift. You head down it as it creaks. The only one of the giants gets on with you as you head down. The other one stays up top with the shields, and then leads you around. You speak? Do you speak giant?
No.
Jardun does.
Jardun does.
Egnir does.
And Egnir. Okay,
I
so
think Jardun does
Yeah.
speak giant.
they don't have like a conversation during it, but they do whisper to each other a little bit, and basically the gist of it is that Elenia is hot, but like in a bad bitch, she killed a dragon sort of way, not like not visually. It's like a something about giants. Very
Not
weird.
in a she thick way, but in like she's
but
fierce.
yeah,
Hashtag boss babe.
I mean, like, Elenia's not thick anyways.
sure, but it's like you don't know a lot about giant culture, but you don't necessarily know if her sex or gender have anything to do with whether or not they'd be attracted to her in this moment.
Jardun is one of the only people who can understand this. and that's
What did
fine.
Agnir say?
I read a book about giant romance once.
You did. You didn't gather much of it.
Got nothing out of it.
Tried to
So,
read the book.
you head on back, and you're led to a door, and there's a familiar, long, slender, dragonborn assistant there that just wordlessly waves you towards the door.
Go to open it.
Okay.
Go in.
By the way, this door is like 10 feet tall. It's huge, and you have to kind of pull it real hard. You walk in, and again, it's just like a dirt floor, two chairs on either side that look rather supple. And in there they see Elenia. What are you doing?
I'm just, like, sitting down on, like, I guess, like a bench or a chair or something in there. And just catching my breath. And
Does she still look
I am beat the
super
fuck up.
injured? I assume.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
have any
I
healing
am,
left.
I am like cut the fuck up. I'm
I'm gonna
exhausted.
cast an 8th level heal on her.
Which is how many hit points?
80? 90?
Okay, so Egnir walks over. Do you say anything, or do you just cast it?
Just cast it.
Okay. So yeah, in your cast.
Oh, that feels so much better.
You fought well.
Close one.
That was incredibly stressful. Thank you for not dying. Holy shit. Some of the dragons did not look super thrilled, which was great.
I don't expect them to be. I kind of have to talk to you guys in private.
Okay. Is something wrong?
Judun walks over and hugs you.
I just squeeze him
While
back.
you start trying to talk, he doesn't care.
They're getting the slaves, by the way. They said they were on their way to, I assume, get them to free them.
Good.
Everyone's losing their fucking mind out there, though. So that's...
Don't we have that meeting to deal with, or is that only Agnir's
Are you
thing?
looking at Numai?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to have that meeting, not here. We could head back to the Emperor's home, possibly.
That could work.
Here to secure.
No.
Just sort of gives you a little bit of a wry smile.
Yeah. Just, we can head there. Did they say where they were, what they were doing with the slaves, where they were gonna bring them?
They didn't say specifically. They just said they were gonna go get them.
I guess we'll just wait here.
Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna do with the dragon champion, if they're gonna just let her be dead, or if they're gonna bring her back.
I don't know.
That darkness shit was bananas.
It
Fuck
was
that.
very frustrating to deal with.
It's very simple. You cast it's a very low level spell. You cast it on an object and it follows. How are you this high level and you have never tried to do this?
We've dealt with darkness before. It's just usually when we deal with it, I'm the one, or
You-
one of them, or
You
is the
easily
one who
dispel it. You should have a
dispels.
better.
Yeah, I should
You'd-
probably do some
The
more.
fight would have not been that close had you been able to see your opponent. I assume.
Probably.
Luckily for me, I can see the opponent at all times. But that is the strength of friendship, no? Again, another, like, sort of fucky smile.
Another positive point. The crowd really liked the vuvuzelas I made.
The what's you made?
The horns?
They like the thing that go the doot doot.
Oh, that sound? I kind
The
of
sound-
blocked it out halfway through the fight.
It sounds like hornets, or like a bunch
Yeah,
of
it's like a
bees.
buzzing. It was like bees in the stadium. I didn't know what the heck that was.
Yeah, there
That
was
was
certain
you
point-
made that?
It hit
Yeah.
like a pitch at one point that made me nauseous. It was really weird.
That's why I tuned it out.
Yeah, those are going to be at every sporting event for the rest of time now, probably.
That's
so.
terrible.
Is that how that works? You think you put an idea out there and people latch onto it?
The ones I have usually do, yes. People like loud things that go doot. That's one of the few things I know in this universe. That, quantum physics, and fashion sense.
For the record, I made a dude emote.
I see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you seen the chat?
Yeah.
Well, holy shit, my organizer. What? Beautiful. All right. So you're sitting here for a little bit, and then from the not the exterior door, but the interior door, you hear.
I'll get up to go open it.
Okay. You walk out, and in bronze armor, you see the familiar red dragonborn face of Mindrorian. He looks down at you. As you open the door, just gives you a nod. You are the champion. You look out, and in the battlefield, there are 5 rows of 10 chained together halflings, and you see black dragonborn captains, or half-dragon captains, I'm sorry, unshackling them as they're chained together in like a chain gang type, 10 at a time. Then he looks at you and goes, I had to bet Meldrad quite a bit to get those as my winnings. So I'm glad he lost. Not necessarily glad you won, but you earned it.
I'm just gonna move past him, and
He puts his hand out to shake.
I'm gonna
and
walk
past.
and I'm gonna go to the halflings as they're being
Yeah, sure.
unshackled.
Are you all walking out, or are you staying inside?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna oversee and like make sure everything's fine.
Okay, roll a medicine check. Anybody else want to do anything as you walk out?
There's 50 of them. I'll do the same.
Yeah. Again, it's pretty nice grass. It's not like fully grown in, but it's not like muddy or anything.
25.
There are some spots that you can see that are pocked by the Eldritch Blast and a couple of the Radiant Blows and just the general mayhem of those two fucking about. You actually moved about 400 feet left and right during that whole fight. It was quite a bit of movement.
I rolled a 25.
25 for medicine. What were you doing?
16. I was doing the
The
same thing just because
for
there's a
medicine?
lot of them.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
There's not much.
As Armadale just kind of leans to your side there. She's only a little bit shorter than you, but sort of hugs your arm and seems relatively upset by the fact that they're slaves. Jadun sort of hangs back a little bit, gives you about 10 feet, but he's not super far. I'm assuming the rest of you just sort of chill a little bit of ways. Did Agnew or Icilius want to walk up and do anything?
No, we'll just hang back.
Okay. Icilius, these chains evoke your time with the Mind Flayers quite a bit.
And PTSD.
There's a they have like a very similar, just sort of defeated look, and you kind of internally recognize that kind of resignment to an end. But they seem very happy to see you. They're all in decent medical health. They seem to have been not working recently. As far as like what they're wearing simple clothing and shoes. They don't seem like super emaciated. They don't seem in dishealth or anything. So.
I just kind of like go up and I guess introduce myself, and once the Dragonborns fuck off, which once they're done, I'm gonna tell them to leave.
In Draconic?
No.
I can speak Draconic.
Okay, so they don't understand you.
Can you
I don't know
translate?
why you're rolling your eyes. They're entirely different species that are not from this part of the world.
If they want to
Speak
live
American!
in Gygax, speak common!
I just assume most things speak common, but yeah.
What do you want me to say to them?
To leave and go back to wherever they need to be.
Should I have that tone of derision?
You can use whatever tone you want.
I'm gonna say to him, alright, you freed the slaves. Fuck off.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
What are they gonna do? Fucking fight me?
Not fuck off.
Not fuck
When he's about to have 50 halflings at our house.
Oh, 20.
20? You see them look at each other, and you see them look at Mindrorian. And Mindrorian goes... and waves them towards him. And as they walk over, he just points out the door. Mindorian walks over next to you while this is happening, kind of in between you and Icilius. And, you know they're not mine, right?
The slaves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that Meldrad does that. Rubbing it in people's faces.
I agree.
It's not about slavery in general, you see. We kind of have a credo here. If you're too weak, then sometimes you have to be led. But, I don't know. I think he likes it a little bit too much. Sort of looks out. Everything up to your wanting?
Seems like everything's here. Yep.
Alright. Well, call it square if you need anything. For me, please come down to the Ember. It's my little club down south here. Just starting out, could use some new money. Got some games. 3 Dragon Annie if you're into it. So, it's a real game. In D&D lore. That's a real thing.
I just find it funny.
You could have proficiency in it. Which you don't.
Because it seems like that's a playoff of 3 card ante.
Yeah.
But that'd be like if I was like, okay, come over and play 3 human ante.
That's what it's called.
No, I believe you. I'm just, it's always funny to
Blame
me.
Gary.
Fucking lazy Gary Gygax, you piece of shit.
Well, it only sounds lazy because he started it. Everything
I
else,
feel like, and I don't mean, I'm joking, obviously.
he invented
but
a lot of this.
that seems like a 3 a.m. decision. Fuck it, 3 Dragon Ante. It's
Hey.
a fantasy game
Okay,
now.
that right before that, he invented the fucking Beholder. I think we give him a pass.
He also invented that one that's the lion with pinwheel legs.
Yeah.
So
That one's dope though. Pinwheel Lion's
Also,
cool.
he might have been behind the design decision to make women physically less
What do you mean
strong.
might
than
have?
men. I don't know
He
if it was
invented
his.
the system.
Yeah, I don't know if
for-
it was his idea, but he approved
I'm
of
pretty
it.
sure it's
So
his idea. He liked the big boobah ladies too. Large boobahs. That's what
anyway,
he likes in his ladies. So,
I'm basically gonna like introduce myself to each of them.
okay. Take a little
And-
bit of time to do so. A lot of them already know who you are.
Yeah, but like I want to know their names, and then
Okay, you get names like Lem, Eames, Yonja, etc.
kind of as a group, I just want to address. Do any of you have a place to go that you have in mind right now?
Lem, does speak up. And he's just like, kind of, I mean, halflings are basically hobbits, without the hairy feet necessarily, although they can be. These are a little thinner, they're not as portly and round, and, their proportions are a little bit more exaggerated, but, not... Gnomes are also similar, but they have like super long fingers and kind of funny noses, and the ears are a little bit more almost like wacky. Like they're kind of like round and pointy, whereas halflings have sort of like human ears with small points.
Yeah.
And it kind of just looked like short people with like kind of big feet. You haven't, not a ton of halflings. Katie might be one of the only ones that you experienced. And it's because they come from right north of the dragons. And so he speaks up, and he's got just like a little bit of scruff. It doesn't seem like it grows in very well. He looks relatively young, like 20s for a human, but you don't even know what that means for a halfling. Well, some of us were just going to stay in Gygax. Some might leave. But, kind of looks around. Some of us are more capable. And then about 8 of them step forward, including himself. And they take a knee in the dirt. We would love to serve under you if you'd have us.
Serve under me?
They sort of look confused.
Um,
goes, yeah. That you do the thing.
yes, I know.
It's like, they're looking for you to lead them.
We have room at Sky Point if any of you want to come and help with our efforts. And I'd be glad to have any of you.
The 8 of them sort of nod and smile. All right. We're good fighters. We'll do well.
Well,
Most of us here are farmers. A couple artisans, though.
if anybody wants to actually live out near Sky Point, they could use farmers and artisans too. There's lots of room, but if you want to stay in Gygax, then that's fine as well. Or if you need help getting anywhere else, we could transport you pretty much anywhere.
Just offering up the box, huh? The magic box, the magic sky box. You're gonna offer
We
that
have
up?
other ways of getting around
We
also.
can get around in different ways.
Okay.
Why are you so...
Agnir can transport them via plants.
Yeah.
I can also just teleport.
High-level spell slots.
I mean, we don't have to do it tonight.
No, I'm just saying in general.
But we have the capability to move people around. So if you guys want to go anywhere that might be a long journey, we could shorten that for you.
Be pretty messed up if you try to teleport them somewhere you've never been, and they ended up somewhere they've never been. No, not funny. Not a joke. Not a joke. These are people.
I didn't say they weren't. People can be funny. We've wound up in very strange situations before. Remember that time we killed a T-Rex? Good times. Everyone around here, forget I just said that, by the way. I say towards the freed slaves. It was cool though, but not okay.
Kazan puts a hand on your shoulder. And he looks at you.
I'm doing what?
Shut up.
They're not gonna say anything.
Shut up.
It's fine.
Just once.
You were part of it.
Sometimes-
You were part of it.
sometimes
You're
shut
part
up.
of it.
Looks to the rest of you as if there is any hope for any of you to do something.
No. Anyway, I guess those of you who want to stay in Gygax, I know, like, the physical address of where, like, Delric and all would be, right?
I mean, roughly. They know how to navigate a
Yeah, I
city.
know. I just want to tell them, like, where they could find Delric. If they're looking for jobs within the city, he might
Okay.
be able to help them get established and find a place to stay and food. For those that want to go to Sky Point, feel free to head there now.
Yeah.
And if anyone needs transportation, then follow us or let us know.
Alright. They seem to be happy with this communication, and Mindrorian is kind of standing back and just sort of taking in what's going on, standing next to the Emperor and Icilius and Numai and Agnir. So the 8 of them want to go to Sky Point, and the rest of them are going to disperse how they disperse. Did you want to just send them to Sky Point, or did you want to escort them? It's just a walk, basically.
I feel like they should be able to make their way there, because we wanted to go to the Emperor, we wanted to go to Avelios' house to talk.
Okay.
So, I'm going to have them go ahead.
Okay. Can do. And you are basically getting a new army thing. So, where is that? So you get on your sheet there with your other armies.
Where did I even write that down? Oh, it might be just in my book.
This is yours here.
I actually don't have like a separate thing for this. Where are all my pencils and shit? Why is all my stuff over here?
I don't know. So you will be granted.
Speaking of, we have to pay the wages of these people.
Yep.
How much is it?
And we don't have a lot of money left. 290 gold a month right now.
Oh, okay. I have at least that much.
I have enough personally, and then we have some in the party fund.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's even been a month, right?
I wrote it down.
Since
It
we
hasn't-
got...
It hasn't been a month. We have at least a week and a half probably
You
left.
have like a little bit of time.
Did I pay them up front for the first, or was the initial cost part of
You
the...
paid them up front
Okay.
for the first month. So you have to pay them up front again.
So I'll have to pay these guys up front, basically.
Yeah, you can pay them with everybody else.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna pay them up front so that everyone's on the same time, period.
Yeah, you can pay them with everybody else, yeah. That's fine. It makes sense. There's no reason to have actual fucking ledgers for the wages of these people. Where did that page go? Am I stupid? Am I stupid?
Probably.
Okay, roll me a d20.
14?
14. 5, 10. Okay, so these 8 are light archers.
Alright.
Okay.
And what's the wages per for those?
It was. Dun, dun, dun. I could where's. I lost the. I had since closed that.
One of the green archers is 4 gold each.
What were the other ones?
Green archers are 4 gold. Seasoned light infantry was 8 gold. Seasoned heavy infantry was 10 gold.
Okay, so they're the same as the other archers.
So
4 times 8 then.
4. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where that page went, but yeah, that's the same. I can look it up off stream if you need.
So it hasn't been a whole month yet.
It's about to be. It's like rolling over soon.
Oh, okay.
Months are like 40 days, so.
So that's... What's 8 times 4?
32.
Okay.
All right.
It's 322 a month.
$322.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
Be all the money.
Good
Once
to go,
everyone's like sorted and ready, you know, and knows where they're going, then I'm just gonna turn around and start walking out because we're gonna head to Aphelios's, right?
Yes, for the meeting.
Okay. It's not a long trek. Not many of you. Have any of you been to Avelius' house?
Never. It's the first time.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So.
Then I'll go to Avelios and say, lead the way.
Of course.
Is my Drorian still there?
He was talking with Saldria. Or Numai, I mean.
Oh. I'm just gonna do my best to ignore his existence.
Okay. And after you all head out, he walks a separate way. Doesn't really talk, just gives a nod to the rest of you. And heads out along with his fire giants. The rest of you begin to head out. And once you head up into the city, people are having a good time. It seems to be still sort of a party, as people are enjoying revelry. You do see a lot of people drinking in the streets, a lot of food. You see some people making out and stuff. It's all sorts of fun. Lots of banners of gold and pink and red and burgundy. Lots of kids on their parents' shoulders. It's just a general party atmosphere. As you walk by, people are they're keeping a little bit of a distance, giving you a berth because they know, you look still a little fucked up even though you got healed.
Yeah.
But they're throwing shit at you, like roses. They're throwing copper coins and stuff at your feet. A few people just sort of try to come up to you and touch, just like make contact, touch your shoulders and say thank you. And
I'm gonna do my best to acknowledge everyone while walking forward, like making progress.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. And then after a little while, you kind of get to the edge of a good 25 minutes. You kind of get to the edge of where the property begins, as there's sort of this gate and this walkway. The Praetorian Guard keep people at bay as you walk into the I guess the estate, as it were. Again, you guys see it's a large white house, very very circular in the center with a couple wings on the side, not like bird wings, actual building wings. The top seems to be open. Like there's a instead of a pitched roof, there seems to be a sort of a garden starting on the top. You see a couple balconies off the side, and you can walk up, and inside some not super tall, about 6 foot tall doors. But you sort of duck in under. Jardun certainly has to. And you are inside. Inside it has been slightly decorated. You have a large foyer at the beginning. There are stairs that lead up, and then, I guess from your perspective, up and then over to your master bedroom. The other side are guest bedrooms. There's a kitchen, large kitchen area to the left, a large living area to the right. It's already got a large fire. Vel and Siko are in here. They both give you congratulations as you walk in, as they have heard, and then Vel goes back to basically being the main guard for the Emperor. Siko walks over and it's like, hey, after everybody leaves, don't let me forget, I have something to talk to you about. Okay. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
We'll forget.
Okay.
I'm doing other stuff. Okay. Good. And then he walks by and pats Elenia on the shoulder one more time and goes, hey, good job.
Thanks.
Glad you're not dead.
Me too.
I heard it got pretty hairy.
It did.
Well, anyway. So he walks outside and leaves. So the rest of you, there's a it's an Aarakocra style, so they're kind of like couches that you would sit in and sort of like lounge around in, like sort of like bowls. So several of you can sit on the edges if you'd like, but you can also just sink right in and like sort of lounge around. They're not necessarily meant for laying, but a non-Aarakocran body sort of naturally wants to tip back in these sort of things.
Oh, I'm totally gonna.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having
Highly recommend doing that.
like beanbag type chairs, but filled with like cotton or something.
I'm gonna like lean forward
Yeah,
so I
mean
don't.
it's a little hard on the lower
Sitting
back
on
if
the
you
edge.
like really fight it, because you're usually they sit like cross-legged in the center and talk amongst each other.
Yeah.
And it's very natural for Aarakocrans to do so, but this is not the case here. There's also refreshments and shit that you're like, hey, make yourself at home. I'm assuming. Armadillo absolutely is like, can I get anybody anything? Our butler didn't.
I need to get a new one.
Poor guy. I didn't.
Did
want
your
him.
butler get assassinated
He
too?
did. Him and
Assassinated is
two of my
probably a
guards.
strong word.
That makes it sound like they were trying to kill the Emperor's butler.
Yeah, but
This is like the one time the butler didn't do it. He got.
Anyway, he was a person, and
yeah,
He had feelings.
that's pretty sad.
Not anymore.
I'm gonna go to the washroom really quick.
I'm sorry, were you that connected to the help you've had for a week?
No, but it was
3
nice.
weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3
I paid
long-
him for like a year.
Oh, might want to get his corpse in here and prop it up somewhere. Otherwise, what a waste.
Cool.
I'm going to the washroom. I'm just
We'll walk to the kitchen. You want to go to the washroom?
yeah, I'm literally just gonna like take my armor off, so I'm in my undercoat and everything, and I'm gonna just like splash my face, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna like press the digitate to try to clean myself up and like freshen up a bit, cause like
Right. So an Aarakocran washroom isn't like a bathroom. When you go in there, like it's like a round room, and in the center of it is a pillar.
the bird bath. Is
it's-
there a fucking bird?
It's not necessarily a bird bath. It doesn't. I guess your racism might call it a bird bath. But around the edge are benches, and in the center, it's more like a sauna.
Sounds like a big bird bath
And in
to
the
me.
center,
Where do they poop?
this is not the shit room. This is the washroom.
Okay, they have
They
separate.
have a separate room for washing and shitting.
Yeah,
That's very
why
convenient.
wouldn't I?
I guess if you have fewer
Why
holes,
is
you
it
have
very-
more rooms to deal with it.
They're based on Romans. They didn't shit where they fucking bathed. So in the center you do have sort of a basin. There's a shelf that runs around the ring of that has different oils, different soaps and stuff like that that help to wash. It's heated. It seems from there's something heating it that comes from the column underneath. So the water is very, very warm. Not like scalding, but it takes a second to acclimate to it. It's very, very nice. And then around the edge you could sit and enjoy. But there are racks if you want to. I guess more like hangers. But I mean, you could set your armor out and take care of yourself.
It's like ethereal, so like I just kind of make it go away.
Well, sure. However you want to do it.
And then, yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
You should take your armor off, not make it zoop. So I don't know if you
Well,
wanna go
I mean,
through
I
the
don't know if I can
process of
actually physically take it off.
Yeah, you can physically do whatever you want with it. If you do doff it, you do have to recover it, though. That's the difference. It's attuned to you in that it can do that. It's like
Yeah,
part
okay.
of you.
I'm gonna like take it off then.
Okay, yeah. You go through the process of actually taking it off. Sort of enjoying the water. It reminds you a lot of Orlem's viewing pool.
Trauma.
It's really nice in here, though. It's actually lit. Now that you notice, there's 4 sconces sort of in what would be the corners of this circular room with those little blue crystals that would light the spaces on the nest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like clean up this really quick and
Okay.
get
Head
all
back
the
out.
dirt off of me and everything, and then head back out.
All right. Easy enough. Feels nice. To kind of catch your breath and not be surrounded by people is very, very nice.
Yeah.
You walk back out. Armadillo has brought out a couple bottles of wine, some desserts, some other things, just to sort of wind down. And everyone's hanging out. Saldru and Egnir are sharing a nesty couch. And
Armadillo.
why do I keep saying Saldru? Numai. I don't know why. You know why? It's written on my sheet, and I keep looking down at the sheet, and Saldru is highlighted because I highlight the dragon names and their colors.
I like the idea, though, that Egnir just has mad game, but only with dragons.
Yeah.
When's the first time it's been used diplomatically?
Jesus fucking Christ. Armadillo, do you have something non-alcoholic for the night?
Yeah, water's right there.
Yeah, okay.
Do you
So-
want me to send people out? Or
For...
the meeting?
No, I think everyone's fine here,
Well,
right?
no, like, I don't know if...
You don't mind, however you want, as long as you can trust them, because I can assure you if you don't trust the people in this room right now, then we will all be dead. So if you have any questions of loyalty, you should make them leave.
We have...
It's just us and our +1s, right? From the fight.
Yeah, so you and Kasdan, you and Jordan, you and Armadillo, Egnir and Numai, and Icilius plus his loss. Val is in an adjacent room, but not in this one.
I want to send the Praetorian out.
Okay, easy enough.
Because I remember that when I got the crown, that allowed me to control them. So I don't have the crown anymore.
Sure.
So if they hear something...
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
So, you send the Praetorian out. Easy enough. Close the large doors behind you.
good.
Just a low fire, nice and cozy. You're all hanging out. She is very casual, sort of leaning back, very obviously making contact with Agnir. Not being like overtly sexual or anything, just
Right.
very, very comfortable. Well, is that all you want? Gone?
Let's love to
Looks
just.
over to the elf.
Kasdan's fine.
good.
He's not gonna say anything. It's fine.
Okay.
Right, why would we not trust Keston?
What a twist.
He is an elf.
Technically, I'm also an elf now.
Your husband's an elf.
He is a wood elf of the Golgari. Kasdan sits there. I'm an elf. We were at war like a week ago. I don't.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like it's not weird to think in this group we don't really discriminate based on race, but
Guess I didn't think about it as a race thing. I did not point at her. Anyway.
Kasdan, you're not gonna tell anyone about whatever's about to be discussed, correct?
No.
Alright. That's good enough for me.
Well. Meldrad is a problem. He makes people how do you say, makes them prejudice for good reason. Do you not agree?
yeah.
Give me a face.
The flaunting of the slavery is not a great look.
Indeed.
My Jorian didn't like it either.
Yes, my Drorian.
Shock.
He is very shocked about this. I thought we did not base our opinions then on race.
It's not on race.
That seems to be. So, he is a person who enjoys conflict, but he is not a person that enjoys
Subjugation?
no, that's fine too. The way one is subjugated, it is not in honorable combat. He just took these people.
Cruelty, overt cruelty,
It
and...
is it's about this. It's about the struggle of the fight. The halflings are. Some of them are very, very capable, but most of them just want to farm. It is. They want to be on their land and till it and whatever. They don't necessarily make good labor. They are a strange people that border our lands, and it is not. He took it for frivolous nature. It is not a conquest to be proud of. You see, if you were to conquest the elves, for instance, it would be. They are strong people that enjoy a war from time to time. Historically speaking, they are very well capable in the magics. And again, while there are a few outlying halflings here and there, it is not their way. It would be very similar to, I don't know, taking over a bunch of slugs. And I don't mean that in a way that sounds racist. It's hard to describe people from a dragon's perspective. Lives are so quick and so fragile. While your sapience is valuable, it is not the only defining factor in our culture. Also, I am trying to get away from such practices. That said, Meldred thinks that just subjugation and a display of power is what makes him great. When really what could make him great is the rest of it. The rest of being a dragon. It is an amazing privilege to be such a creature. One of the reasons that we hold on to these non-dragon forms is partially for political reasons, of course. It is hard to talk to me if I am towering over you. But another reason is Zilbane started this as a means to... I don't know if it was humbling, because it certainly has not done this, but maybe a form of it. I don't know. It is supposed to make us maybe empathize or something. So he teaches us how to do this all the time. Anyway, the point is, if you want Gygax to be successful, Mildred cannot be a part of this city. And once he decided to be, I knew that I had to ensure that his longevity was cut short.
Yeah, within the first week of him being here, I was stopped by a dealer of his who's selling drugs. They were good drugs, but...
They're selling drugs on the street?
Yeah.
God, it's like every bad trope wrapped up into one.
I mean, some drugs are dope.
These drugs in particular were pretty dope. I built
Like
a mine.
halflings.
You bought the
Halflings
drugs
have
and you did
drugs.
the drugs, didn't you?
Yes, but that doesn't mean I morally agree with the actions I take. If I had to morally agree with everything I choose to do, we would never get anything done.
I don't think he's directly behind the drugs necessarily, but it could be. Maybe as a way to, if a bunch of people are out of their minds, it is easier to take them. But that said, he usually deals in trafficking. Specifically recently with the halflings, but it won't be the first time.
So then why aren't you doing something about it with your fellow Dragon Council?
Because that is not how it works. I need unanimous vote. It is so we cannot lord over one another, so we are typically very independent. The only person that can really do anything is Zilbane, as he is the... surely you have run into this with him, where he does not have unilateral authority over us. It would be unwise to try to rein in another dragon. This is why we typically deal with each other in more definite ways. The problem is, it would be easy to kill Meldred. Well, relative to the others. But, Saldru likes that he is here. He does not like you people.
And Saldru hates us.
That's what I meant by you people, specifically you.
Mm-hmm.
And my Drorian will not take kindly to it. So you can try to convince Mandrorian. I cannot be part of this, though. And I don't think my husband can be either. It would seem very obvious. But if Meldred happened to provoke an incident of violence and you were preventing yourself from being harmed, I could easily step in that situation and help.
How on earth would we even get that to happen?
I have no idea, but if you want Mindrorian to not end up being part of that, he must be convinced. But in an attempt to convince him, you may expose yourself immediately anyways, and then be at his immediate mercy. surrounded by his people. So, do with this what you will. You can try to play a political game and try to get them to pit against one another. Or we can kill them both.
Both.
Correct. I don't think he will take kindly to. He has taken up residence here in Gygax, and while he does not very much care for Meldred, he is a dragon, and it is in Windrorian's way to immediately join a fray with his brother. Saldru does not live here, so hopefully will not be around, but either way, she will have to be dealt with as well. Hopefully not in violence, but she talks very lowly of you.
Yeah. That makes sense.
We can isolate them both, killing them separately, in a way.
Won't Zilbane see this? I mean, certainly, even if we make it look like they attacked us first, or if we can provoke them into attacking us first.
He may.
Won't Zilbane see this as an incredible act of aggression against the dragons, killing one or two of the highest ranking dragons in his, He's certainly someone who chooses his battles, and
They're his dragons.
But you don't think he will then view us as a threat in some way, that we've taken out two of his allies?
To be fair, he has a lot of personal interest in keeping you alive specifically.
Yeah.
You have already fulfilled your end of the treaties. Meldred has moved into the city and
And the wedding.
has been paid by the elves. You have done your battle. There is nothing broken inside the treaty if they die.
That's true.
Okay.
That said, again, Mindrorian does not have to die. I just don't know if you can talk him
He
out.
did specifically tell me if we need anything to go see him.
Sure. But that said, if you bring up casually the idea of killing his brother and he does not take kindly to it, he will have you killed immediately. So, this is not something to be tread lightly upon. You cannot just go in and start shooting at things with your flames and your arrows. It will not work. You will die.
I agree.
Not only are we very fierce dragons and incredibly strong and just from a biological perspective, but each of us are taught many magics. And, of course, we have our people. So, either way, the slaver Meldred plans on expanding his reign within Gygax.
What do you mean by that specifically? Are there any moves
He's not
he's making?
satisfied with a
his area?
single wedge of the city, of course.
Do you know any particular things he's planning on doing?
Of course not.
Okay.
A single wedge of the city was all we gave him, though.
Yes, it was, but
Treaty.
he did not put in the treaty that he cannot naturally expand over time. Why wouldn't he be able to naturally expand over time? There is no one to the left or right of him. He was happy to take the piece that you gave him. For obvious reasons. There's nothing preventing it. The only time. So it is up to you. I cannot necessarily be part of it. This conversation technically never happened.
At some point, he's just gonna take over so much of Gygax that he's just gonna roll over the other part too.
Yeah, and that will not be good. We'll be back where we started, with races warring against each other for stupid fucking reasons while the entire world crumbles.
Including the races that are fighting.
Yeah. We're gonna have to deal with them soon.
You can do it however you'd like, but as time goes on, the more influence he will have.
I think we just need to strike it quick and get it done with.
Yeah, but again, if you just outright attack the dragon, it will cause a war.
Yeah.
So you cannot do that. I am telling you this because I believe not only are you the only ones capable of actually getting the job done, I think you're the only ones that can do it without making things worse. That said, I have no idea. Maybe you do make it worse. I can't imagine you want to fight another war.
No. Definitely not.
Well, tensions are high. The dragons will not launch an attack if one of the higher ranking ones just has a temper and gets himself killed. So, consider this.
How could we provoke him in such a way?
I have no idea.
Kidnap his slaves?
That's
No.
That would be seen as an act of aggression.
We can't.
What'd you say, Agni?
I silly said we could just let Professor talk to him for a few minutes.
I think we can't be directly involved in any way if we don't want it to start. The best way would be to try to provoke a fight between Mindrorian and Meldred. But I don't know anything about them in order to start a fight like that.
Ah, interesting. Pitting the two together against each other. And having one kill the other.
we already
And
know
if
they.
Mindrorian wins that fight,
Then our problem is solved.
We
it's
know
not
that
bad.
they do wagers against each other.
They do.
So
Yes, but how do we...
I understand.
Mindrorian said that Meldred was upset about having to give up so many slaves tonight.
Yes, he loves to bet. He mentioned it to me, but I don't know what they bet on. It was probably something stupid.
Does Meldred tend to have a temper?
Yes. They both let their cocks get in the way of their brains. Measuring it seems to be the main way in which they solve problems.
Then I think we should exploit that rather than just try to assassinate a dragon. How do you stoke a fight between the two of them, though?
Do not know this.
What if we set more of his slaves free?
How do you do this without being found?
That's, step 2 or 3. We can get to that part later.
We could try to make it look like one is working against the other and leave evidence. Plant evidence.
Kasdan, you're a spy. You know more about things like this in terms of subterfuge and getting.
Sure.
Have you, in your time looking into this, know any operations going on that he set up or anything we could exploit?
Operations?
I don't know. Illicit activities, secret things that another dragon might use to their advantage that we could then frame one for.
They both have... Well, Meldred calls his a bar.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
That was Mindrorian mentioning his club.
Oh, my bad.
And Mindrorian has a club. It's roughly the same thing, but they're not necessarily competitive business-wise. Other than that, I don't know, but that's a place to start.
Well,
Or we could.
maybe we should
make it-
investigate their club and bar.
Well, the bar... Meldred... Bar is a strange word. There are beverages, but it's other things go on there. I haven't been in. I'm guessing violence of some sort, maybe a fight. The club?
Blood sports, like to the death, or just
Possibly.
like normal? Okay.
Possibly. Maybe something to do with the slaves? I have no idea.
Yikes.
But, Mindrorian, his club, I'm hearing, like, people are gambling there, so...
So, how much stronger is Mindrorian than Meldrad?
He's older, isn't he?
Mindrorian is an ancient dragon. Meldrad is an adult.
Okay,
He's much
so
older.
Mindrorian likes his club, Meldrad likes his bar thing, and they like wagers. What if we put them against each other for a spot, for an entertainment spot of their choice in Gygax?
They already have their club and bar, though.
They have an infinite
Yeah, but
amount of money to
they could-
spend on something like that.
Actually, it was the two of them that owned the arena that you fought in tonight.
Yeah, they have a lot of real estate already.
The two of them, they've been around for hundreds of years, Mindrorian 1,000 years, and in that time you do not learn. There's this myth about dragons. It's very strange and racist, I think, but that we sit on piles of gold and hoard it in caves. Maybe old times, but really it's investing. We own things. We are around for a long, long time. And
You
over
create
time...
jobs.
I'm sorry, what?
You create jobs.
Yes, we hang out bootstraps at the door.
God damn it.
But seriously, it is hard not to come from wealth and continue that wealth. You very much have to squander so much. And the way it works is it's always succession, so the next person gets it passed down. I actually do not know the two dragons that would be passed down, but it would be a red and a black one. Typically those are chosen from the council after the fact, because neither of them have offspring. But that could take time if there are no adult dragons that we deem worthy. Then it will wait until a young dragon has aged in. The fact that I am here and my age is only due to the fact that my father was had me.
Is there anything seedy in the past of those two that they've had fights about previously? Like,
They've been living together since 325 years.
there has to be something, some sort of tension between the two of
I
them.
don't know them very well. I've been in my Virescent Glades. I've only recently taken the Bountiful Day. I'm told that my father's corpse was shown to the people as a show of good faith, which is a thing that we have done in the past. But
It was the one who they were.
Yes, it was. This was done without my knowledge. You've actually been told this sort of in the past. I do not harbor any ill will towards anyone that partook.
Does she actually give me a look or no?
Oh yeah, she
How would
knows.
she know that?
Come on.
You try
Come on.
everything. Come on.
So,
We're vegetarians.
True.
In fairness, I think I ate part of the dragon when it was during the.
she has a passive insight of 22.
That was good. I think I ate that during the disgusting portion of the. Remember, I was doing bets on the disgusting
with the
stuff I
ring.
could
It
eat?
was right before. That was actually an honorable part of the meal, and then people were like, "Spit in a bucket." So, anyway, that's a good session.
I still have that
3?
video.
It's
That
like
was
3 or
so
4.
No, it
funny.
was like session 5 or 6.
That was right after we did the games. I got my
Because you
earring
guys
that I
had,
still have.
gone north and come back. You'd been to Tin Top and back.
And we'd saved Katie from.
Yeah, which was like
Rugos.
3.
Yeah.
We got the
Or 2,
snail.
no, that was 2.
We got Jeremy.
It was session 2.
Oh boy.
So,
I want to go back to breaking into people's potion shops and fighting things.
Campaign 2.
Instead of end of the
Campaign
world.
2.
End of the world. So,
Traveling between
times were
planes.
simpler.
God, it was.
There was
So
a
easy.
functional
I have
government.
5 spells and 2 slots, and all I do
You guys are
is hit
sure gonna miss
stuff.
the money, though.
Oh yeah.
Tell you that.
Some arrows.
I miss Blue. I wish he wasn't murdered.
Oh, blue. Yeah.
I could get us money.
So, with this information known, is there anything she sort of offers up the fact that, like, she's open for questions? Icilius has piped up a couple times. She turns to Agnew and goes, "Is there anything you would like to add as a member of the Golgari? You are a high-ranking political official now."
He's got his mouth full of mushrooms.
Mushrooms?
Yep.
He's eating.
He's eating.
Mushrooms?
No, Randy's eating, so Agnir's just...
Oh!
Yeah.
No, I literally thought you were talking about Randy eating mushrooms.
No.
And I was like,
No.
blown
that's
away.
disgusting.
I didn't see. Sorry, buddy. Same question, though. Did you need me to repeat it?
No.
Okay.
I do not know exactly how the Golgari feel about either of those two, but the matriarch does have that meeting coming up with Saldru, which could potentially be leveraged one way or another.
Ah. Well, since you cannot be involved in this because it would attach you to me, and you are meant to be at the meeting with Saldru?
I am, yes.
If you are back with the Golgari with Saldru while this occurs,
There's no way they can link it.
and I am off in the Virescent Glades,
Plausible deniability.
But when is that meeting supposed to take place?
shortly.
Very shortly.
It just depends. Yes.
I don't know if.
I have something in mind. I will talk to Saldru tonight. You will have time.
Okay.
I'm sure I can manipulate her a little bit. What were you going to ask? I am so sorry, Valkyrie.
Oh, just I don't know if we're necessarily ready to do this very soon.
It does not have to be very soon. But it might be a couple of weeks, I don't know. It just depends. Do you want me to... While I am talking to Saldru, I have a notion in mind. Would you like me to try to get her to take as much time as possible?
Yeah.
What else are you working on?
Oh, you know, general end of the world things.
Well, that is what they tell me. Agnir has mentioned a couple times these things, but...
Trying to figure out who leveled the entire city of Ivory Drift.
yes.
A possible necromancer on the loose who could summon an army of the dead.
Trying to figure out time travel again.
Time travel, and also the fact that there's something that is eating the stars that we now know has a name. And it's destroying the planes of existence one by one until eventually it'll come to the material plane. So, you know, just a lot.
Necromancer clone.
Many of these things sound like the same thing.
Kind of.
It feels like a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot of moving parts to one giant clusterfuck machine.
Turns out that the necromancer does seem to worship the thing that's destroying the planes. So, that's a connection.
Well... The dragons are known to have ancient knowledge of things. Maybe there is something that we could find for you.
We gotta go back to the library at some point, too.
The Draconic Library?
Yeah.
We can go whenever, though.
Your access will be Not as good as someone like mine.
Well, of course.
Or my husband. I could send him.
To the library.
Yeah.
Reading isn't necessarily Agner's strong.
Last time you sent him to the library, he had an hour to retain information. Now he technically has unlimited access.
True.
I don't know if it's the amount of time that comes into play here.
What
Reading
was those?
comprehension is...
Did you get all the way through those texts that you read? There was an equation or something, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was a math
We
equation.
actually need to get that copied down so Professor can have it. So if Agnir could copy that and bring it back, I have a feeling it would be very important.
The elf woman can do this? Equation? What
Probably.
what is the equation
assume.
for?
We aren't sure. Because he wasn't able to remember it. in
Possibly
order to-
the end of the world
Mhm.
date, or maybe something else.
It's very, very important.
I don't know why.
We don't either.
What was the context of the reading?
It was Illithid scripts.
Yeah.
Illithid.
They were trying to interpret, I guess, or it was writing about whatever the thing is that's
Zillidak.
destroying the plains, Zillidak.
I've not heard such a thing.
But we only had an hour to go through the text, so.
Well, if after the meeting with the matriarch and Saldru occurs, Agnir can spend as much time as he needs. And you could not have to travel to the Dragonlands in the meantime.
That could work.
The thing I'm worried about is that book is very, very fragile.
I think it's fine.
Well, I cannot take the book out of the library. But I could persuade the old silver dragon there to let a man take a few copyings for his queen.
Well, that would be good.
No, but
Well, think of the between 1 and 5 is probably what I can get from her. Think of 1 to 5 topics that you would like to be copied down, and I can probably get that. After that, I don't know. It would seem suspicious if I kept sending Agnir back for such things, but
a couple is.
that's what I'm saying. So I can guarantee 1, probably 2. Anything higher than that is a bonus. So consider your most important things. I assume the
We need
equation.
the illicit transcript.
That and
Yeah.
probably something about time travel, I'm going to
You don't have
assume.
to think of it this second. If you need it. Time travel, you say?
In non-fiction, yeah.
I can try this, but I have not heard of such a thing.
Like
How
the-
about
The-
any...
the
I know they can search by
most-
keyword. How about Tranquis? And I spell it for it's the name of a ancient city.
I can try. I have not heard of such things. Equation. Do you know the name of the book that you did the equation in?
I don't know the name.
I wrote it down. Hold
What? Wait.
I didn't write it.
I wrote it down.
Maybe I
You
did, actually.
fucker.
I wrote down a bunch of it.
World Scourge, I believe.
Worlds?
World Scourge, I think was the name of it.
Wait, I'm reading right
World Scourge. Commit this to memory, my dear.
I wrote down chapters and names and not the name of the book. I wrote down names of chapters and summaries of those
I
chapters.
wrote the 2 books that were important to the shit we were, and that was
What were
World
the
Scourge and
summaries? Summaries of the chapters.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Yeah, what were they?
References
the hunger. The sky was once
Yeah.
empty, but then wasn't.
Well,
Creation
okay.
came day.
She's got it because she copied it down.
So
with
say it.
Chapter 1 was the hunger, which was there were some just referencing some nouns, and then the sky was once empty, and then it wasn't. The day brought the appetite. There were some references to titans, references to an
The appetite
elder.
became the hunger.
Yeah.
Then there were the others, the darkening, the scourge.
You were jumping ahead.
Special people who are tethered to the
There
appetite.
were so much more.
It's a lot.
You know,
I tried to write
and then
down
there
all.
seems to be antagonistic, more special people that were made. Appetite grew into the hunger. And then was chapter 3, which was the darkening, which was when the hunger took the light for the first time. Each star was a different plane. It travels in a way that affects the multiverse, I guess. It talks about the elders some more, which we now know is probably Zilodek.
Yeah. You saw an equation written on the side of
Yeah.
the book, though, that you couldn't
Yeah,
understand.
I wrote down math equation with 3 question marks.
Yeah.
And there's also some actual handwriting in there, too, from somebody, but I don't know who.
There's a book I'm interested in, but I feel like this takes much more precedent than what I'm interested in, I guess. But if you can get some transcriptions of Yesterday's Dawn about the warrior Solarion.
Okay. Anything specific about the city that you mentioned, Tranquilus?
Yeah. Its fate, what happened to it. I don't even know if you'll find anything. The city where I came from was 5,000 years ago, so I would be very surprised if there was...
5,000?
Yeah.
That is, Zilbane is 1,200.
I know. Him and I have talked about this. I'm technically older than him by the calendar.
I see. Alright. Well, it seems as what you say is true. She looks over to Agnir. All the more reason to keep conflict from occurring in the city in which you conduct your business. Well, is there anything else we need?
No. I would like to talk to our little circle alone.
Ah, yes. Me, the elf, the woman, and the man with the large sword. Shall leave?
Yes. Well, Jordan can stay. Although I don't know if he'll I don't know how he'll take this actually, but
Kasdan, do you want to stay?
Should I not stay?
Is it something he can't be here for?
not necessarily, it's just personal.
Okay.
Do you have any interest in planar travel, Kasdan? I don't think you would.
I've been to the other planes before with you.
Yes, and I'm...
Interest in going? No. Interest in general? Always.
Okay, I just want to talk to these 4 with me. That's the 5th. Everyone else can go.
So Professor Evelios, Agnir Isilius.
Yes.
Okay. And then everybody else gone.
Yeah.
Alright.
Want to wait for me by the Hartnell or something, and we can...
Yeah.
That's not what I meant.
Nope, but that's what I meant.
I have something I need to do, actually, and I wanted you to go with me, but okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Drudon gives you a kiss on the forehead and gets up and leaves. Numai is happy to leave. She's actually going to teleport back home. So, I bid you farewell. Agnia, my love, you shall expect a message from your matriarch tonight, I assume. I'm going to go work a little on the Bright Queen to try to extend the time it takes for this. She reaches in up under your ear and back through your hair and scratches the back of your scalp and gives you a long, passionate kiss, and then pulls away and teleports. And then Armadillo gives a sleepy little hug and is going to head upstairs anyway.
I'll go up after when we're all done talking.
Okay.
Go to bed.
She's happy to hear that. So she walks up. Vel is by the door. I'm going to stand outside the room there.
Thank you.
No problem. Gives a nod to everybody and shuts the door behind and walks upstairs.
You guys think dragons are big on PDA, or is she just like a super thirsty queen?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
What does Agnir do in that situation? Did you just ignore it?
Yeah, he doesn't know what thirsty means.
He's like, water?
Well, I'm sure she drinks plenty of water.
I'm sure she is very hydrated. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
God damn it.
So the five of you are in the room.
I didn't want to worry the others, honestly. It was the biggest part.
I feel like we're way beyond that, but alright.
So in the middle of the fight, I got banished.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah.
At least you came back, though.
I was in Elysium.
Oof.
That's...
Rough.
How did that go?
I hold up the charm. I forgot to bring it down. But I pulled up the little rose charm.
Okay. You see a small cylinder with a real living rose, but it's like this big.
You got a souvenir?
There was a voice
Slowly rotates on the inside.
talking to me when I found it on a beach in Elysium.
What did it say?
It was like, I'm glad you found it. And that was it. And then I was back in the middle of a fight.
Did you recognize the voice?
It's... Okay, so I don't know if I've told any of you this. I'm pretty sure my spear is talking to me.
I
Did something
feel
happen to you
like...
when you got banished?
No, there's...
Is this like
Since
how
then...
you talk to animals? Wait, do spears have we been...
No.
I have...
Do we need to remove the curse?
No. Since...
Because the ring talks to me, so I get it.
It talked to you?
Yeah, when I put it on. You knew about this.
I forgot.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. It's not like hearing a voice. It's like feeling a voice.
Like in your head?
Kind of. Like a presence. And it's been happening since we were on the nest. And I took my oath. And, I keep feeling like something in Elysium is calling me there.
So what you're saying is we have to go there. We had to go there anyways.
I was
so
gonna
guess-
say, it was already on the list.
But now
We
maybe
do have
it's
to
just
power up the Hartnell.
a prioritization.
Problem is, we have so many other things to worry about than this.
But it is part of the thing we need to.
True.
So regardless, we have to go anyways.
Well, do we want the next plane of existence we focus on getting to be Elysium?
Feel like
It does kind of seem like we're being called there.
yeah.
Okay. The cube that Toll gave me that hooked up to the heart null, do I know, is it possible to use that to try and go to another plane of existence without already having the energy, but it's like dangerous, or do we have to find some other way to get there first and then power it up to have the ability?
Last you roll an Arcana check.
Well, when we went to the astral plane, we went there with a tuning, which was writings from there, right? Like, that's how we got there in the first place. Through six
You do need
planar
something
gate.
to anchor you.
Can we put you into the machine?
I have Arlem's feather.
You also have literally a thing you picked up off the beach of Elysium.
There's also that, yeah,
That you
the
just
thing that I
mentioned.
picked off of the beach of Elysium.
Come on.
21 was
I
like
keep forgetting it's
Arcana.
not like consumed in the nature of using it, but yeah.
Well, huh?
21 was
21
my
Arcana check. So yeah, you do need something to bind you to the plane. So you need something in order to do it. You do know of a way you can do it without the Hartnell,
tuning fork.
which you'd have to
Yeah.
really like that's a scouring thing. You have to find someone, probably an angelic being that is on the material plane, or a plane like the Fae or the Shadowfell that you can get to craft one of these things out of material that costs a lot of money. But so that's a thing. Or you do have contact with Toll, if you'd like to, through that commune spell that you were. You'd have to find someone to commune, but you have all the stuff for it after you took it from the Necromancer's lair, and in your conversation with Sig, the idea that you would talk to Toll is important, so he could illuminate something. Yeah, and then you could just try to do it like you did it with the Abyss. So, I mean, you have a few options
Sure.
on how you want to do it. Either way, you could take the cubic gate with you if you did it without the Hartnell.
Sure.
So
Just have to disconnect it.
yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So you have a few options. Just depends on how you want to go about it. You also don't know what it entails when it says grab the essence of.
Sure. Well, we'll plan on going there next in terms of our next big planar travel. On the bright side, this is one of the nicer ones. This isn't gonna be demony. I'm just
I
saying.
think you forget what I am.
Aren't they potentially all pissed at you?
Yeah.
On the
One
bright side,
particular god, yeah.
I
probably
do have that angel killing gun, so that's fun.
we probably won't have to stay in a dead cat hotel.
True.
True.
Just putting that out there.
Be a giant cat whose insides are a hotel.
Well,
Well, maybe that'd be cute if it were alive and not.
By the
a
way,
hotel.
you haven't done this, but you did unlock a feature with the cubic gate. Do you recall it?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
I don't.
Because you have not used it one time.
what is it?
It was.
While it's connected to the Hartnell, you can.
I think it was a special thing that gives.
Yeah, you can activate it, and over the next 24 hours, you can choose to spend 10 minutes staring into the time vortex itself, gaining the effects of a long rest for up to 8 creatures. For 10 minutes.
Got right, I wrote that down, but I did remember that, yes.
So, because
There it is.
the toll essence
Yeah.
is activated. The essence of time.
Yeah.
So, it may sound like a nice place. Visually it probably is. But the sense of justice there is probably... I guess tyrannical would be one way to put it.
Maybe. At least we know you and I aren't evil. The evil room wouldn't let us in, so that's probably a good sign. The rest of them are probably gonna die, though.
I don't know.
Well, either way, we have a lot to absorb. I'm sure you want to rest after your fight. We can figure this all out another day.
Can you teleport us to the to Sky Point?
Oh god.
I don't know if you're capable of it. If not, it's fine. I can.
No, I can. Okay. Anyone else? Who would like to go to Sky Point?
Isn't that where the Hartnell is, or?
Yeah, I believe so.
So you kicked everybody else out of the room, so...
Everyone not in the room, who wants to go to Sky Point? Up to 7. I'm teleporting.
Are you just poking your head out the door?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna open the door?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not just gonna shout at a closed door.
Well, that's what it sounded like.
It sure sounded like that. Okay, so you open the door, and you shout at them in the foyer for some reason, and they walk over it, go, okay.
I'm already teleporting. I'm not gonna walk downstairs to walk back up to teleport.
Your conversation didn't take long. Caston was about to head out, because you told him to meet you there.
I know. I didn't expect to be teleporting.
So, yeah, Kasdan and Jordan come back. There's the two out there, really, so...
Okay. Everyone who's going, I get us to Sky Point. Teleport.
Okay, so there's 6 of you.
Uh-oh. The Emperor has the poopy.
Did you say he has the poopies?
He said stomach issue. I'll try to be quick.
We could take a break.
I'd be fine with
We
that.
don't take a break very often.
The Emperor's cap. That's so
He's got Emperor poopies.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Make sure to flush twice.
Christ.
Sometimes it doesn't go down, you know? You got floaty floaters? Boop, 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 boop.
Well, yeah, let's head back to Sky Point.
Okay.
Sky Point it is.
From which end?
It's okay, I'm a doctor, I can ask those questions.
Oh, okay, yeah.
From which end doth your poopy come?
You should abort his poop.
Abort his poop?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
oh.
Randy's specialty.
Mycelius abortion. Gotcha. I thought you meant me because I'm the DM.
No.
And I'm like, I don't
You
know.
almost fall.
Did you almost fall backwards?
No, I rest my foot on the speaker
Oh.
and it tipped over, and I didn't want it to unplug a roo. He can play from chat. He cannot.
It would be just as emotive.
True.
Rip.
Just as loud, too.
Got him.
What time of night is it when we get to, or what time of day, whatever, when we get to Sky Point?
It'd be like 10.
PM?
Do we still want to bring Ensign back?
Yeah, we should probably do
Oh,
that soon.
God, do you want to do that tomorrow? You want to attempt it?
Has it been 10 days?
Oh yeah.
We were gone in a time, like, speed thing.
You also don't know how long he was on the wall.
Right.
You also know that he's half vampire.
He might be fine being gone.
Well, we can try it and find out.
I'm keeping the head either way.
You're so fucking weird.
I can't go to the store and buy heads.
Just bury
It's a
it.
good memento.
Why do you want to keep people's body parts?
They're useful.
Especially your friends. What are you gonna do with the head?
I don't know. I don't want to be caught one day and be like, oh, I need a head, and then I'm not going to have a head. I have 2 faces
What do
and
you need
one
a head for? What do you need a head for? What would you ever possibly
general
need a
head
head
purposes.
for? What does that mean?
There's brain in there. There's tons of cartilage.
It's probably rotting.
Oh, a little bit. It's in the bag of colding, though, so it's fine.
It's just gonna sit on the wall and be weird, and you're basically gonna be just like that weird demon lady.
Do you know
But
how long
with-
it takes to grow your own, like, neuromaterial? Way too long. You gotta get it fresh from the skull.
Or we could just respect people's bodies and, like, let them, you know, decay.
The evil room made its call. I'm good, goddammit.
I think it fucked up. I think it was a little, off.
Either way, I called the head. So, as long as we're clear.
Just general exhaling from... I guess Icilius, I don't know.
These were the friends I picked.
Icilius, I forgot to mention, I still have your hand, by the way. I'm also keeping that.
That's weird.
You ever... No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. You ever heard of the Stranger?
Stop! No.
God
No.
damn it.
No.
That's why I said I wasn't gonna say it. The professor did not say that. I said that.
It's like, that's like telling a jury to strike that from the record. Okay. Jardun's happy to walk away at this point.
Hey, Kasdan.
Yeah.
You want to go to the desert real quick?
The desert?
That was rhetorical. Let's go to the desert real quick.
Okay.
My friend is maybe trapped there still, or maybe dead. I haven't been able to get...
What?
I haven't been
I
able...
thought we were gonna have a picnic!
Oh no! We need to go to the desert and not die and find my friend. Or at least check
Isn't
and
the
see.
desert where...
I killed a mummy in the desert.
This is where the Blue Queen's from!
Yeah. We'll avoid her. We just have to go very specifically to this one time keep. Give it a little looky-loo.
Looky-loo.
And see if he's there.
A time keep
Yeah.
in the desert.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. If we're not back, well, we're gonna teleport there. Start flying back. We're not back.
We've already walked away at this point.
Okay, fuck it then. Whatever.
Well, Icilius and Agnir typically spend time in the Hartnell.
I'm gonna talk to the armband anyway, because she's the responsible one, and she needs
Oh,
to know.
okay.
If we're not back by, like, tomorrow, noon, I don't know.
Back from where?
We're going to the desert. I gotta go find the heralds.
Don't you want to wait for the rest of us to go with you?
It'll just be a quick back and forth from the desert to here.
This is the last phrase I'm ever gonna hear out of your mouth. You're gonna say, it's just gonna be a quick trip, and then I'm never gonna see you again for the rest of my life until I discover your dead body somewhere.
Alright, sounds good.
I look at Judun. They're going to the fucking desert. Alone.
The buddy system is a thing they're doing. I don't know why another person dying in the desert would be good.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna stay home.
Velios, you tried to lay down. You heard all this too from your armband.
The desert by yourself?
You hear sleepily. You can hear the exhale of someone who just tested the tensile strength of their bird cloaca with a hearty poop.
Oh.
The desert? What? It was weird. Those seeds just ran right through it.
It was quick. I don't know.
And none of you respond to Velios and he passes back out. Okay, so Agnir and Avelios are technically on the Hartnell. Are you leaving the Hartnell?
Isilius, not Avelius.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to die in the desert.
Okay, so Isilius gets off. And he
The
walks
one
over
place
to your
I'm
house
not-
and like, can I crash again?
You can crash
Yeah,
at mine
you
if
can
you
crash
want.
on this.
He's already
Actually,
at Skypoint.
Oh, that's
the
true.
in-laws are here.
I'll just go sleep in the streets.
No, you can stay. I'm just saying it's a little cramped. You might have to deal with your done snoring a
Jordun's
bit.
already passed out on that's not a recliner chair, it's just like a nice soft chair. They don't have reclining technology.
Buy property closer to our base of operations, you homeless fuck.
Didn't you have a house fixed up?
I don't know if Trudon ever finished that.
Did it ever get finished?
Yeah, he's got a place in Sky Point. It's an apartment. But he has a house in Bronzeer Hold, like a ranch.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if he actually had a fucking. I thought he had a workshop. But I didn't know if there was also a living space involved with that.
There's a little bit of a workshop, yeah. It's not as robust as you have on the Hartnell.
Yeah, you can crash here. I'm probably gonna stay up late worrying about them anyway, so there's not a lot of space, but we'll work with it. We'll find a place.
Sounds like a fun night.
It's mostly just drinking tea and being very anxious.
You had me up until tea.
What's Agnir doing during this time? Is he staying?
If we're gonna try Ansett, I guess just go to the Druid Grove in progress. See
Oh, okay.
how it's going.
Alright, yeah. You can transport via plants or walk there.
Oh, I forgot.
It probably would have made a lot more sense.
To talk to Seiko.
Probably would have made a lot more sense.
Teleported away.
Not to go to Sky Point if that was your
I assumed Agnir was fucking off somewhere else.
Ignore likes the walks.
Okay.
Velios wakes up in a cold sweat, Seiko. And then goes back to sleep.
Can't be fucking bothered to get up out of bed.
What time is it already?
Like 10
Yeah,
about
he's-
10:30.
Yeah, we'll go tomorrow. It's fine.
Okay. So everybody heads their own way. And you're gonna have to teleport to the time keep you've been to once.
Yep.
And
Okay. So go ahead and try that.
Ends up in Saldur's court, fucking dies. Another
That
blue
would
dragon
be-
swoops down and fucking crushes the box or some shit.
Crushes the box.
Shut the fuck up.
Crushing.
Crushing it.
On a percentile die, is the 0 a 0? Or is it a 10?
A 10.
10, 80, 10, 90. No, it'd be 80. 80.
80.
On target.
Okay. So, flip some switches.
I'm scared.
I thought I had a. Oh, I could be wrong. This one? This one? No, that's the same one. You step out into blackness.
This music doesn't make me regret my decision whatsoever.
Oh,
I just want to
I'm
be clear.
sure.
This doesn't mean you're right.
Okay.
You step out into a pitch black, sandy desert.
It's okay, Caston's with me. He has little knives.
You're gonna fucking die.
You both have dark vision, so it's obviously not human pitch black, but looking through it, I mean, it's dark. Sandy dunes. And you know you have the right spot. And you look out as you sort of fight the footsteps of like standing in sand and then sliding backwards and standing. And you know that like right up over this ridge there should be the time keep. So you climb on up. It takes a good 5 minutes to get to the top of this ridge. And as you peer down into this sort of mini sandy valley, you see nothing where the time keep used to be. Not like devastation, just nothing.
Like, there's not even a space where it won't. I mean, it's just sand.
Seems to be from this distance. You can obviously walk closer.
Yeah, I want to get closer, as close to like where it actually was to my memory.
Okay.
As possible.
Yeah. So you continue to walk down towards the sand, towards the place this used to be, and again, you don't see a large conical golden building. You don't see the place where you set your wand to communicate with the building. Just emptiness. Go and roll a perception check. Or investigation, depending on which one you want to do.
13 investigation.
Okay, and then roll for casting as well. Or you can just roll with advantage.
I'll just roll with advantage.
Okay.
25.
25. Okay. The two of you are walking, and keep looking, and something is strange. At first you thought, like your initial thought is desert, mirage, but it's dark. There is no heat to cause that right now. It's not nearly hot enough to cause that. You're actually seeing the very familiar ripples of illusion magic that would otherwise fool someone that probably wasn't a spellcaster or familiar with it, especially being out in the middle of the desert. But you can see that there is some illusory stuff.
Just like in
It's
the
like a
same
shimmer almost.
Quake's
It just looks off. It's
Does
kind
it
of like if
look-
you pull your glasses back and things are just like the depth is just a little bit weird.
Does it look to be that is in the footprint of where the timekeep was previously, or is it just...
Roughly, you could dispel it pretty easily, you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, first I'll just try and do it at its normal level.
Yeah, it seems like this does not seem like high-level magic, it just seems like it's kept in place, so...
Let me see what level.
Dispel magic is 3, I think. Could be wrong.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I'll do a 3rd level Dispel Magic.
Okay, easy enough. You don't have to roll.
Okay.
Hold the wand out and dispel the illusion. And once the illusion is dispelled, that sort of odd depth that isn't quite right, probably due to the fact that the sand shifts around it. It's not as static as just like a grassland or anything. There does seem to be some evidence of things. The building is still not there. Again, it doesn't seem like annihilated or anything. There just happens to be, footprint's a good word for it, more of a footprint about where the sand has slowly filled in a space. It looks like something picked it up and took it. Like it was just like a cup set in the sand, and the sand sort of filled in. Roll another investigation or perception check with advantage as the two of you look at this.
29.
Frustratingly, days. Like, probably as if you had gone sooner the last few days.
Well, this is not good.
It's at 29.
Yeah.
You also see, as you say, this is not good. Kazdan points and goes, "What's that?" And you see like 2 little black sprigs or something popping out of the sand, like in the center.
I go towards it.
Okay, so you walk over. The sand is a little loose. It starts to fill in as you kind of got to pick your feet up a little bit and walk over. And as you do, you see like 2 black, almost like twig-like looking things, little knots on the end of them, kind of like this. And then as you continue to look, it's actually like this.
I go to try and brush off more sand.
Okay. And there's a little sand-covered satin bag
I pull it out.
on the ground. Doesn't seem to have much in it. Inside is a small note and a piece of jewelry that you recognize from the better of the two parentals. She used to wear it around her wrist.
Okay, so
A small clockwork heart that, as the gears turn, boop boop, boop boop, like a heartbeat, boop boop, boop boop.
we need to get back to Sky Point now. This is not good.
You show him the.
Yeah. This is not from here. This was my mother's. And the only way for this to be here is probably if my father was here, and that's not good for any of us.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Oh.
And it looks like he took one of the only other people on this planet that could help build the time machine with me and Sig, and took the whole building. And now...
You start looking up and he looks up. And you see the twinkle of just a few stars.
I fucking hate the desert.
Why'd you come here then?
I had to... Back in the box. Let's go.
Okay, you hurry back up over the little ridge into the Hartnell.
Set it to head back to Sky Point. I know it can't teleport right now, but
Yeah,
at least start the flight.
sure. You can be back in the morning.
Yeah.
I assume you just want to be in flight so that you're not on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, because by the morning you could teleport it again.
Yeah.
Okay. And you do so.
Bro, your dad just kidnapped your best friend. Oh, no.
In the morning! Well, no, actually, while this is happening, at night, Agnir, while you are about to settle in for your meditation in the grove, the sending stone begins to vibrate softly. And there is a message.
I'll take it up.
It is the matriarch's voice. And she says, in 1 week's time, you are to travel to the Golgari. You will be escorting Saldru, the Bright Queen. You will ensure her safety. She demands your friends not be invited. She wishes to see some of the Eastern Territories, and, surprisingly, has decided to travel on land for it. Conventionally, taking the road. It will take you a number of days to reach me. There, you will stand by my side, and we will discuss some things with the Bright Queen herself. She will be by in the morning, and you will begin your journey the week after. And that's it.
So, Soldier will be by in the morning.
She'll be by in the morning to basically tell you how it's going to go, and then a week after that she will return, and you will be her escort from Gygax to Golgari.
Okay.
That journey takes how long?
A number of days. I can give you the exact number of days, actually. Assuming that there are no stops on the way, superfluously... I think... So, to get to... Should be a swamp. It's actually northeast, but... It will take 8 days to get to the swamp by conventional road. Assuming there's nothing along the way. So... a week from now is actually the day that Rose's backpack is done. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the day that the footed arrow goes up. That's weird. Did not plan that, but... Okay. School also begins the week before that.
Did we want to do that thing we talked about?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
I already don't like the sound of that.
I love it.
Yeah.
They're orphans, it's fine.
Oh, no.
No.
So.
I'm like 90% sure anything you do to an orphan isn't considered illegal.
I feel like a lot of these thoughts cross Joseph Goebbels' head too.
And also every single pedophile.
Whoa! Whoa!
That got dark.
You mentioned a Nazi! What are you talking about? You mentioned like one of the big Nazis.
You know,
The big knot.
Not just like, hey, I'm Nick, I'm a Nazi, but like
One of the Nazis.
doing science.
So, Egnir, you know that you can either spend the next week doing whatever, or you can head to the Dragon Library in this week and work on things, as long as you're back here to help Saldrew. Or you can go to the Dragon Library after, and then you won't be on a time crunch. So up to you. But you have 5 days, basically, before you have to be back. Well, 4 days. You have to be back on the 5th day. Yeah. You do not have to make a decision right now, but that's the information you are given.
Okay.
All right. Great. In the morning, Eleni, where did you sleep?
In my house, on the sofa?
On the sofa. So where did Icilius sleep then?
I don't know. I assume we can...
A sofa and a big chair.
He just said on the floor.
On the floor?
Do we have another big chair?
No, you have one big chair and a sofa.
Yeah, so...
Floor.
You don't get to just have magic.
I would have probably insisted
Everything?
he sleep on the sofa and I sleep on the floor.
I'm assuming you lost after he just laid down on the floor.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I could see that being a stubborn off and them both just sleeping on the floor.
Yeah,
True.
I love
probably.
being contacted to be on fucking debate panels in the middle of being on a stream.
Pay attention.
That is being hosted on my channel, too.
So Jerdun's passed out on the chair, Rose curled up in his lap. You're passed out on the couch. Alexander and Vala were upstairs. And in the morning, Icilius, because Elenia stayed up late and was worried and drinking tea, she actually is very passed out. Jerdun did not sleep well, so he keeps lulling back to sleep. But you actually slept okay on the floor. It's way better than a dank cave. And it's way better than hanging upside down and getting your knees broken. So, you sleep well, and you wake up as you hear the soft pouring of hot liquid and the smell of coffee and the smell getting closer as Alexander kneels down beside you, sort of squatting. He goes, "Ah." And he sort of sets a coffee down next to your head. Why don't we, And he looks at the sliding door. sit outside and watch the sunrise together.
Sure.
Could use another old man's opinion. He stands up and he helps you up off the floor, grabs the coffee and hands it to you. Opens the sliding door quietly as not to disturb Alenia and Jordan. Closes it behind. And out back there's just a couple wooden chairs that you can sit that sort of face as the sun is already partially crested. But it's running into the curtains behind you. And it's sort of nice. It's chilly, but the coffee's nice, and the sun helps warm it up, and he sits with you for a little bit. And he sips coffee. So, they tell me you've done some amazing things with this group.
I have?
He laughs. Yes, you. But also, first I want to thank you. You helped protect Alenia and her friends, and every day, and I don't get the sense from you that you want much from them in return for it.
No. Alenia, she was a light in the dark for me. And I feel like I owe it to her. To protect her.
That's what I like to hear. Well, they had mentioned that you had lost your wife some years ago. And while I was a Lathandrian priest for some time, I picked up a few things. I know it's probably a sore subject and not something you want to talk about over coffee, but I heard that you guys were looking for the Wanderer.
Yeah, that was part of the plan.
Well, I know that you had mentioned searching the crossroads for him, but now I've heard a lot of stories about the Wanderer. In almost every story, they meet someone who needs help, and if the person helps them, that's when the Wanderer shows up. Whether the Wanderer is that person, it's not necessarily clear. But the crossroads isn't where this happens. The crossroads is where they memorialize this. He doesn't necessarily, I guess, or she doesn't necessarily have a standing church, but there's a sort of understanding that my friend Grum even he likes the Wanderer as well. Puts little charms on his ship or on his caravans. Anyway, just keep being good. Go out of your way and be kind. And you'll find what you need. can't be looking for the Wanderer to find him or her or it or them or I don't even know. The Wanderer is almost more of an idea of paying it forward, but I know some people who claim to get their actual powers from the entity. And if it can do that, it's real. And that might be a little more frustrating. It's not something that you can go and take. But I think you'll do the right thing. Whatever test is given to you, I think you'll pass it.
Certainly hope so. They were apparently the ones who gave Julia her spellcasting focus. And now it seems like there's a part of her kept within it.
Do you know where the other part lies?
Apparently Ordis has it.
Ordis has her?
Seemed to be the gist. Said he had part of her, but not all of her.
Where did she die?
In the Shadowfell.
I see. The god of death is not evil, although some try to make him seem like such. Rather, it's a good entity. You want someone to take a soul to where it needs to be after its body dies. If you don't have that entity, well, you've seen what happens when people are bound to undeath. If you can consecrate it, you can keep them from passing on in that situation, but if nothing is done, well, their soul is up for grabs, so to speak. You might have to go back to the Shadowfell, my friend.
Yeah, somehow I kind of felt that that would be the case.
Well, either way, if you can find the two halves of her soul, I have a favor I can call in on your behalf. Because you've been protecting Alenia. A thing that I can't do. And a thing that you do selflessly. I will...
I would be very much in your debt.
We would call it even. were there the day that she needed you. And I was the enemy. And without you, I don't know that that would have gone well. I don't know that they would have been able to stop that.
I think I shot you a few times. Sorry about that.
I don't remember it at all. I just remember you being there after. And then continuing to do so for really no reason. You could easily stop. You've, by all means, paid your debts to this society that called for you to hunt monsters and help in whatever way, and you've done so. And you paid the price, and there's no reason for you to continue to do so. But there's something that you do it because it's right.
Then I've got nothing to go back to except an empty home.
Well, if you can pull off the rest of it, I can help you make that home not so empty.
Sounds like a plan.
Consider it a promise. Well, I was supposed to take that coffee up to Vala. I'll get her a different cup. He sort of puts his hand on your shoulder. Thank you again. He opens the door. And he walks in, then motions. Are you going to stay out or come in?
I'll stay out here for a bit.
He nods and slides the door shut, and you can hear very faintly him pouring more coffee and walking up the stairs as you look out to this very nice fall-time sunrise. Some dew on the grass and a light breeze and the last bits of lukewarm coffee. You wake up. Seiko. Again, jolted awake, re-remembering. Armadillo goes, oh.
I forgot. He forgot.
He said he'd forget.
He knew I would forget too.
That's okay. She rolls over, pats you on the chest, pulls on a feather. Get out.
Okay. Okay.
Jeez.
As I go to start pulling out really quickly too.
Fucker. So you get out and put on your normal robes that you're for the day. Did you want to put on your armor and shit?
No, but I'll keep Mistral like under the robes still.
Yeah,
of
as
course.
always. Packing heat just like my dad.
And mine.
Sleep with it under the pillow.
Jesus.
That
And the
won't
nightstand-
backfire
and the
into the
nightstand
base of
loaded.
your skull at any point.
And the nightstand loaded next to the bed.
It's not as safe at all, is it?
Nope.
So, luckily, if guns took magical attunement into effect, it'd be just fine.
Right.
But they don't.
No.
Mistral does. So you wake up in the morning and head downstairs, and I assume, or you can head upstairs and fly over to Seiko's, I suppose.
No, I'll probably go downstairs.
Okay. I assume you're gonna head over to Seiko's in the
Yeah,
morning.
just walk
Okay.
over.
So you walk over to Seiko and Katie's, and people acknowledge you on the way, and as you walk by, you see
just walking around with the people.
you see a couple brown owls sitting outside of a what seems to be like a soup kitchen. That's kind of almost all the way over towards the human wedge of the city as you sort of walk down, and they sort of look at you walk by, sort of mumble to each other.
Just nod and keep walking.
Nod and keep walking.
Yeah.
And you continue to go. And eventually you make it over to Seiko and Katie's. Again, there's the normal bustle of a morning at this point. As there's just people starting their normal day. You walk into the apartment area, walk upstairs, and knock on the door. And then Katie looks up at you and goes, "Hey!
Hey, where's the...
Hi! And then, in the back you hear, "Kung, clang, kung," and then the door opens really quick, and you see Seiko walk out and go, "Katie, I forgot!"
I forgot.
Oh. Oh, good. Okay. Well, come on. You walk in, they got a little small apartment, and you can see most of her stuff is off to one side. Again, you know she has her second apartment that you stayed in for a while, filled with all of her alchemical shit. But here she has like a briefcase sort of looking thing that opens up and folds out, and there's many potions that she's slotting in. You can see her using different alchemical supplies. It kind of looks like you know, every family comedy movie at the beginning, kind of like Home Alone, where everything's just disheveled family house. It's like that, but alchemical supplies, and then like there's open food containers and stuff where, and then she goes back to it and like grabs some chopsticks and then shoves some noodles that are cold into her mouth and keeps working. He walks out and grabs his coat, puts it on. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It might be better. Why don't we just walk?
Okay.
Why don't we just walk? And then he kind of gives Katie a little head boop, and then walks out, and she goes, "Hey, no monster hunting."
Do I look like I'm in monster hunting?
No, which makes it worse. Have a good time. And then Seiko doesn't even take anything. He has like a little blade, but he doesn't take his bow or anything. You guys kind of walk downstairs. He goes, "Okay, so, well, good news. We're getting really close to opening."
I'm excited, but what's the bad news?
There is no bad news.
None?
It's all the news. We're close to opening, but I was thinking, right? Well, first you gotta see it. You gotta see it, and you kind of walk. It's midway between the Elven and the Aarakocran wedge. You did walk past, but you didn't walk down the street to take you there. It's kind of at the end of this row of businesses, and it's kind of like a major building in the middle of like a round area where, kind of like where Delrix is set up, where there's a main thing and it's kind of got a round little bazaar area where there's lots of businesses, and then there's streets that go off. Very similar to that, where it's like the focus of the square, the round cobblestone area. where this one major building lies, kind of near the top corner part of it. And you see a 2-story tall, just built, beautiful, like nicely hewn, deep, dark wood, call it kind of like tower. It's rounded. It's like hexagonal, and it goes up. And you see posts on it, and then there's flags that represent the different races around here. And then at the top, it has like a landing pad for Aarakocra people and a way to fall down or walk down. And there's a large chimney stack. It's not lit yet. And on the front, it has a really cool sign that says "The Footed Arrow," and it's the top of it over 2 iron bars. It's an arrow that sits on it, and then the wood sort of swings down like this. There's one regular size door, regular size for you guys, so like a 6 foot tall sort of rounded door, and then next to that is a tall 15-foot door, just in case. It seems to have really good space on the inside. He hands you a key.
Oh.
Yeah, it's happening. Try it out.
Put it in and...
Yeah, big iron lock. You open it up, and inside, there's tables around the inside. There's a bar area, and then there's stairs that wrap up behind, kind of like this. Behind the bar is a large hearth that lights the entire room. There are spaces, empty spaces along the walls, intentionally, that just have large plaques that are unmarked. And he goes, "You know what those are for?"
The thing Katie hates.
No.
Oh.
Many things Katie hates. Great hunts. I want people to come here with their big hunts, right?
Yeah.
This should be the spot where people are like, you know what?
I gotta one up the other person.
Yeah, I'm coming here and I want my name on that wall, right? Look at the biggest spot, and he looks above the hearth. And the stone on here is beautiful. It's like beautiful hand-hewn brick. It almost looks like a beautiful pizza oven, but it's just huge. There's a cauldron there that you can make stuff. There's also 2 meat steaks that go in front, where you could have rotated meats, kind of like a shawarma, and then clearly a cellar in the back that actually goes down to the earth and is a cold cellar to have drinks and stuff. But upstairs, it's like, you go that way, I'll go this way. You walk up around the wrap stairs, and you meet in the middle, and then out towards the rest. Upstairs is a shop, and you can see it says Katie's on it, and it's a round area in the center, almost like a pawn shop, where everything's on the walls. It's already stocked with basic hunting equipment, bows and stuff, and it also has a special case in the center, in like a column inside the bench area that has a glass case filled with different potions already for hunters. But in the center, it has a glass column, and there's kind of a canvas or like a tablecloth like covering it, and to be announced inventions coming. And in fine print at the bottom, it says, "From Gygax's very own Sig Horcus Porcus." So, so there's a special space here. So this is a big hunting area, and then there's another at the opposite side. There's a spiral staircase that leads up to that landing pad area. So the big plaque, it's got to be ours.
Has to be ours.
So here's the thing.
Where are you trying to take me?
I don't know, but we need something big.
Yep.
Something ridiculous, way bigger than
A Hydra?
We gotta take everybody. Like, I'll go with, but like we have to go on a hunt. It could be we could push it back. It doesn't have to be pressing, but we're opening soon, and frankly, the better the business. I'm just saying, we want to be.
We want to open with a wow.
We want it to be badass.
Yeah.
We want it to be rad. We want.
Agnir's gonna love this.
The better the thing, the more likely that people are gonna be like,
Alright.
This is the place.
Like, we have to go see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna be.
Put out some...
Yeah. I mean, if you have an idea, like, great. Legends of famous anything, I don't know. You're the one that went to school, so...
Do I know?
Well, off the top of your head right now, you're a little overwhelmed.
Yeah,
no,
I'm a little...
but basically, we gotta hunt. We gotta go on a hunt.
Mm-hmm. With everyone.
Yeah, well, we don't need everyone, but we should probably have everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone that wants to go.
Of course.
And you can grab something crazy. And the better it is, the crazier it is, I guarantee you people are going to come from around.
I mean, if we get something big and crazy and then catch word of it...
Yeah, and you know what? If you want me to, I can push off opening day until we have something to unveil.
How long do we have till opening day?
Oh man, like... 8 days? Wait. What's today? 5... 10... 13 days.
We might be able to swing it.
Yeah, if you guys got
So
nothing else
2.5
going on.
weeks? 5-day weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I could just push it back, or we don't have to push it back, and we can just, like, unveil it another time. I'm just saying, it'd be cool to have it for opening day, but...
No, we have to have it opening day.
Okay, so either way, here's what I'm going to do. Just we don't need the money right this second. Closed until we find a cool thing.
Deal. We just need to find a cool thing.
I didn't tell Katie about this. But I'm going to after we decide what it is.
Hopefully.
Because I gotta pitch it to her. She's starting a hunting lodge. She knows.
I mean...
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And, you know.
Yeah. And maybe if there's more than just us two, she'll be a little bit better about
I think part of it was that we didn't have, you know...
We just kind of went.
Everyone else to help.
Everyone else, yeah.
I feel like she'd feel a lot better if Professor and Alenia and Agnir and Isilius, maybe even Jordan were there.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot better. I don't know if she'll be happy, but I don't think she'll be as mad.
Well, I don't think she'd go herself, but I'll go.
You know she'd go if she could.
I don't want her to die. She's small and brash.
She could beat you up.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's what I want. That's what I think we need. I think it'll be great. What do you think?
No, I agree. Something big, scary, shocking.
Well, I can do some research and try to find out what the craziest shit is.
Me too. I'll see if I can.
Okay. Okay.
I'm excited.
I'm so pumped. This is going to be great. And tell your friends that once we finish the hunt, discount potions. Not free, though.
Yeah.
It actually costs out of pocket to make them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to the poorhouse. I mean, if they absolutely need something, end of the world gun to my head, okay. But, like, Katie is very shrewd.
It makes sense.
We've been pinching pennies for a long time.
Well, let's hope you don't have to once we get this going.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it's kind of hard for the upper class to deal with not being upper class anymore. Like, my station in life kind of just stayed the same with a little bit of an improvement. But like, you know, a lot of people are grumpy about, well, I mean, the thing they should be grumpy about is losing their houses and their
Right.
The thing that seems to be going around is the wealth of the empire. So,
I mean,
this
funny
would
enough.
be a good way to get it back. Oh,
Uh,
I was talking about economic
me too.
fusions.
The other Kasdan brought up a weird suggestion the other day
He does that. I guess I don't hang out a lot, but
about going underwater and robbing the royal bank to get our money back. Which honestly,
an underwater
heist.
of your own bank,
Yeah,
stealing your own money
yeah,
underwater.
yeah. I was really like, but
Sounds like a fantastic idea without dealing with the consequences.
yep. But if it
Like,
works,
I read that book.
But if it works,
Oh, you're actually thinking about doing this.
it would help the people.
We lost Randy.
Like, imagine if we took some of that and put it back into just helping everyone.
Yeah, that could definitely... Man, build your ass a statue.
Don't care about that, but like, it would help.
Yeah, I mean...
Only problem is an underwater bank. Now,
I don't know how I'm gonna... Well, if I promise not to go, I might be able to swing some water-breathing potions from Katie.
your life for water breathing potions. Smart.
I don't know how you're gonna deal with the rest of it, but yeah.
I've convinced the others to go, so...
Okay. Well, that's not where I thought this conversation was gonna go.
Me either.
But... Big hunt.
Money would help with that too.
Couldn't hurt.
At least this place looks fantastic.
It really does. I don't know, I was thinking about having like maybe a contest too when it opened up. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Definitely down for a contest. We should do like a, once we get the thing up for the wall, do like a smaller opening.
Ooh, like a soft opening.
Yeah.
Very trendy.
And then, once word gets around a little bit of what we have,
Do a hard opening.
yes.
I'm into that. Any other requests, business partner? You want like a signature ale?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. For now.
I wish I had a mug. Just hit me.
All I ate today was a couple of those cookies upstairs.
I didn't eat anything. I had cookies.
I made some breakfast
For
today.
garbage.
I
We're
ate.
adults, god damn it.
So... What?
How are you planning on dealing with the insane body-crushing pressure at the bottom of the ocean on your underwater heist? I don't know. There are dragons. Does water pressure have?
We already had
concern?
somebody
Oh, is that that
complain
one
about
dude?
the mountain. I don't think it's the same person.
What, the lack of oxygen on the top of the
No,
anti-magic
it wasn't.
mountain?
It wasn't the same person.
Yeah, but like, we have a magic box.
Magic Mountain.
Fuck it, who cares?
Hey, if Han Solo can exist in the vacuum of space for minutes at a time, I think wizards and angels can
Wait, when has Han Solo been in
deal
the
with
vacuum
high
of space?
altitudes.
Whenever they were on that thing that they thought was a
Its mouth is
asteroid.
wide open and he's on an asteroid.
Yeah.
Oh, they were in
Yeah.
in the mouth of the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And also in The
In deep
Last
space.
Jedi, there's just a lady just...
Well, you know, there's sound in space in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Maybe there's just oxygen in
There's
space.
not oxygen,
not
but there
oxygen.
is air, maybe.
Sure.
So, beyond that,
It does freeze because Carrie Fisher or fucking Leia had ice crystals
actual
on her.
Carrie Fisher was
Yes,
shunted into
Carrie.
space, but she died from the coke heart attack first.
Yeah. No,
So-
but they had like ice crystals on her, so it froze, which
Yeah.
means there's moisture.
Fuck it.
That's
That's canon.
froze.
I don't care.
The fucking Star Wars universe doesn't make any sense with its like physics, or almost as if it's not a sci-fi.
Anyway,
Oh no, Darth Sidious, I've been horribly burned and my limbs have been cut off. Can you force heal me? Because that's apparently a thing. I actually thought I'd put you in a robot suit.
that's not...
Well, it's
Force
only
healing
the
doesn't
lights
work
out.
for limbs, but yeah.
Even though he was like
Force healing is canon beyond...
Darth Sidious was able to heal the one. He was like, with the power of the dark side, he was able to heal the one he loved. I don't know. There was something. It was a joke.
It was poorly written, but force healing in general in Star Wars without this last movie involved is a thing, but it does not restore limbs.
I think it would have been best to keep it out of the movies. It's a little too... Why don't... There's so many situations where you could be like, why aren't you force bringing that person back to life?
It requires the power of love.
Anyway, we can have that discussion.
I'm
but-
not even anti-Raylo, but fuck.
So, anything else you'd like to do today?
Probably just finally relax for a day with Armadillo. And just hang around and clean up the house, and
Yeah.
since we don't have a butler anymore.
Oh no, I have to clean my mansion.
My
Oh,
mansion that was gifted to me.
I have to clean my mansion.
Okay, so
Meanwhile, the lower
Me-
class still struggles.
yeah. Meanwhile, the
The world ended like 5 years ago, basically.
The more lower class member of the group in her magic portable house, who is definitely not privileged at all, wakes up from her slumber safely inside that same magical house
I didn't
with a magical
spend
dragon
thousands
and a
of
magical
fucking
elf
money.
in her
I didn't
magical
either.
armor with her magical
free.
angel wings in her ageless perfect face every day. Wakes up with immense privilege and...
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Privilege just exists in other ways than monetary. I was just pointing that out subtly. The deathless, ever-changing elf in her magic box also awakes with her hot elf boyfriend.
Now you're just doing it because you did it to me, so you're trying to
No,
lessen
the only one that
blow.
doesn't have any privilege at all is Icilius, and he is drinking coffee outside. So...
Yeah.
Agnier also has a sugar mama, so he's like a little bitch. He doesn't know anything about bootstraps.
Alenia worked her way here, okay?
Jardun's an orphan.
Yeah, Alenia and Jardun are orphans who have, like, fucking
Bootstraps.
struggled.
Gotta love capitalism.
And they help people.
I struggled.
You did.
And technically,
You're
I was orphaned.
fucking your royalty. Okay.
I was sent away for how long?
They
Like,
just
no
respect you
reason?
Man in
because
the Iron
you're
Mask
blood.
royalty! Anyway.
Yeah.
So, all of you are incredibly privileged individuals, and in Campaign 2, I will strip all of that away, and it will be a lot of fun. So, which is actually interesting, because I didn't plan most of what you guys have for those characters. You just all decided, I want to be dog shit! So, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, well, pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
It was funny. All of you had, like... None of you have, like, samey backstories, and they're all actually, I think, your characters are very interesting. but all of you are like, I have no earthly means to help myself. Like, yes, I like this. That's the theme.
Very dark.
It'll be a rags to
Better rags.
To better.
To fancier rags.
Yeah.
Cleaner rags, one might say.
So, if you have anything planned, you can do so. We have a little bit more time tonight.
I'm good.
Have we gotten back yet, Caston and I, or?
Yeah, in the morning you can flip a switch and head on.
When I get back, I'm gonna go on the armband. It depends on what time of day it is, but I'll wait after morning.
Oh yeah, you woke up, you were out later than the rest of them.
Okay. And I'll be like, hey, I need to talk to you guys about something soon.
Oh god, what happened?
Oh god, just in the desert!
Did you?
And that's the
Are you
last
a-
you hear.
Are you a different person again?
Okay,
No!
Okay.
I put my tea down.
Oh, fuck.
I go grab Icilius. I poke my head out the door and go, morning. Professor's having a bit of a fit. We should probably go check on her.
Ah! You just hear that in the armband. Ah!
What did you say?
I'm having some old man thinking time.
Well, she's having a
Where's your
young
newspaper?
elf conniption screaming in my ear time, so.
You
Yeah,
just
mine
hear a
too.
Vuvuzela in the fucking armband.
I'm gonna head over there if you want to come with
Yeah,
me.
no, let's go
Yeah,
bail her out.
I'll go knock on the door of the Hartnell.
I'll head
I
over
open it.
too, I guess, as fast as I can.
Everything okay? You
I
look
gotta wait till
fine?
everyone's here.
Gee,
Valios, hurry up!
I'm
Flap,
coming!
flap, he gets there.
I'm fine. Caston, tell her I'm fine.
I'm not fine.
You don't sound fine at all. You sound the opposite of fine.
We've been flying for hours. I'm fine.
We do this all the time.
The flying wasn't part of it. So we went to the desert,
Okay. You're
And
not dead.
and she got some literature.
So you know how we left the Herald in a rather large metal building
Yeah.
in the desert?
the timekeep?
Mm-hmm.
Someone took it.
What, took it?
They took a building?
Say that part again.
They took it.
Are you sure it wasn't like just invisible or something?
I'm sure there was illusion magic. I dispelled it, and then there was a hole in the shape of a building that my best friend was in. It presumably went somewhere.
How do you take a building?
That's the less bad news.
Wait, what? There's worse?
The worst news is there was a note left for me. I think from my father. And I think they found my notes somehow and have figured out how to get here. So that's
A big problem.
Should we be very concerned that your dad's here?
I would be. And am.
Is he
I
like
don't know much about your father.
crazy?
Kinda.
Why are you so scared of him? I know you said that he's very strict, but you never said he was dangerous.
He has a lot of power. He's killed a lot of people.
I mean,
Killed people I care about.
For what?
Tried to make this not work. Pointing at the general Hartnell area.
Why?
And then tried to steal it, and now he apparently has figured out a way to utilize the technology, and that is not good, because I'll have you know, he's in charge of the city where I'm from back home. Not a fun place to live, not great, TV's okay, but the rest is pretty shit. And,
TV?
Him
But
having more
here-
control over general things, and him having time travel, not good.
But here it's not like he has the city. It's gone.
Yeah, I
It's
wouldn't-
just him, right?
I wouldn't underestimate him or the large organization at his back. You've been to the facilities that were theirs.
yeah,
Yeah.
none of them were pleasant.
No, Now imagine the people who made... Okay, how do I put this in a way that you will understand? Imagine there's thousands of me's, but they're
God, no.
evil.
Wait, so it's just 1,000 more of you?
Kind of.
How did you not
Fair.
all destroy one another?
Also a true statement.
It'll be fine. We just have to not do...
Didn't you mention you've been
I-
seeing little things floating around you?
Yeah, there's an eye that's been showing up. I haven't seen it lately.
Didn't...
Do you think that's from him?
Probably. The eye motif would be on brand.
Why would the eye be on brand?
He's missing an eye.
Just because it keeps sending it out to look for you.
Is this Kasdan raising? Yes.
Am I gonna regret asking how?
Maybe another time, okay?
Wait, what if it's important?
It's not important.
How is it not important?
Could be important. It could be a weakness.
The eye is irrelevant.
Now I need to
Well,
know.
it is now
You're
that it's
getting
not in his head.
defensive about the eye, and so I'm a little curious.
The point is,
You're deflecting?
he sees a lot.
Well,
With his
only
one
having
eye?
one
sees
eye.
half of it.
God damn it, we all made the same fucking joke. All three of us at one time.
And he's been known to use the people around me to get to me. Now you are all people around me, particularly Kasdan. I'm somewhat concerned he's going
His
to...
face.
I'm somewhat concerned he's going to murder you slowly in front of me.
Is that a thing that he does? That he's done?
The point is,
What did you do to piss him off?
Why?
Yeah, like,
what does he
what?
want from you? Why would he be hunting you?
the point is,
I mean, why else do you hunt things?
It's not a normal familial dynamic.
how many of us here have normal familial dynamics? We
0.
murdered your brother. No, your Alexander is your adoptive father. I am
Plus we
talking
killed him and
actual
resurrected.
family.
My
My
family's
brother was
pretty
kind of
normal.
nice.
Icilius, what happened to your family?
Well, last I knew they were living in Gygax. So... But nobody was abusive.
I had a very normal upbringing in Hiroshima, Japan. 1944. Oh, good year.
Almost Christmas time.
Well, it's 1954. Just woke up. How's it going?
The point is this. It's just another thing to worry about.
There's always another thing to worry
If he
about.
can move
I
buildings...
kind of liked it better when I thought everyone I knew was dead.
Wait, if he can move buildings, do you
Isn't
think
he
he has
technically
anything to
dead?
do with the Ivory Drift?
What?
You think he could have anything to do with the Ivory Drift?
Oh my god.
Potentially.
Wait a minute. What if he's just trying to find you, and by trying to find you, he's just leveling cities?
I don't.
Or he has people in
Doing
his
it for him.
service?
They may be related.
It seems like your people knew about the possible end of the world. Do you think that that might be playing into his motivations here?
Probably. Maybe he thinks something to do with the Hartnell. Maybe he thinks he can do something with it. He clearly has the technology already if he's been here. He left this for me and the note. I don't know. They have to be connected somehow. But I'm not sure in what way.
Have you ever tried to, like, locate something of his? Or, I don't know, message him? Or scry on him?
God. He might be on this plane of existence. And in this time frame.
You could try a scry or something and see if he's Because he seems to almost want you to know.
I am gonna do that. I'm gonna try and scry on him.
Okay. Do you want to ritual cast it? And take
Yeah.
the time to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to aid yourself? Like, I don't know how to...
What do you
Are
mean?
you just going to straight up...
Like an item or
scry-
something, I
you can
think?
use an
You have
item
his
and stuff,
writing.
I do. I do have his writing.
yeah. That could help. Let's see.
I gotta look.
Let's see.
Do you know his face? His name?
Assuming he has the same...
You don't have a
face.
body part,
Sure.
right? Like his eye? That would be...
You can
Do you
see
know
in
his
here,
real name?
The professor does. Real me, I knew it at one point, but I think I forgot it because it was another dumb bullshit long name.
That's fair.
I know I wrote it down, but I don't
You know the target well.
Yeah.
And you have a possession.
So negative 11 to his save. No, 9.
Yeah, negative 9 to his save.
Yeah.
When you
Okay.
cast it on him. Okay. If that's what you like to do, I believe. Focus worth at least 1,000 gold, such as a crystal ball, silver mirror, or font filled with holy water.
Shit, I don't have a thing for that.
You
though.
had been scrying with her font.
Do we not have like a crystal ball or anything?
No.
Oh, we did.
Can I bless water and make it holy water? I can do ceremony. I might be able to actually consecrate some holy water.
Even if we can't, we could use Agnir to get to your pool quickly with transport via plans.
Wait, what do you mean? No, it's gone.
Oh, it is?
Ivory
It
Drift
was
is
an
gone.
ivory drift.
Oh, fuck!
It's been leveled.
Fuck! I forgot! Whoops!
I could start a new one.
Hey, can we call your brother Arloa?
Oh.
Let me see if this spell actually lets me consecrate something into holy
Well, it's not
water.
about consecration.
It's
It's
about-
not about it being holy water. It's about... so it doesn't have to be a crystal ball, it doesn't have to be a silver mirror, and it doesn't have to be a font filled with holy water.
It has to be worth 1,000.
It has to be worth 1,000 and like that.
Shit.
Where its intention is to focus into it.
Well,
You used to have access to this types of stuff, but...
Well, I can't do that right now then. So. Shit.
I can't actually turn a vial of water into
Could
holy
ask
water, by the way. if we-
Sig.
Yeah.
Maybe Sig could
Yeah,
have a
Sig might have
focus.
a crystal ball laying around. You know him. He's got weird stuff.
I guess we can try. If not, I have a really bad idea, but...
What?
Okay, let's go to Sig real quick. Walk out, go over to Sig's, knock on the barn.
Yes!
Sig, this is a long story, but my father from the past is now maybe
Okay, come in!
Go inside. Do you have a focus
He's
thing?
naked.
Oh, God, Sig, put clothes on, please. Something.
I am wearing clothes.
Are they invisible?
I thought it'd make me invisible too. Can you see me?
Yes, you can see every bit of you,
Oh,
please.
yeah, a whole lot, yeah.
A whole lot. That's right.
We are in his house.
Proportions are different than I would have expected. Can you please put a towel on?
It's 5 inches, but it's thick. Yes.
I don't need to.
His toe. He's a.
He's got a-
Yeah,
For the record, the way you tied that, it made it look like he just put a cape on. It did not look like you.
he has a cape. He's got a
It sits right between the shoulder blades.
no, one of those like Phi Beta Kappa sweaters that he just puts over it.
He's got that and a towel.
Sweatshirt, and he grabs a dirty 30
He's like-
and covers his dick.
Had to do it to him.
No, he puts on.
What is it?
He has a very lavish bathrobe that he has that is bright red and burgundy.
Sig, do you have God, that's distracting. Okay, do you have a focus that can be used for scrying by chance?
Maybe, but it'll scry back.
Scry back?
What does that
It's
mean?
a two-way.
Oh god.
Crystal ball? I have one of those. But whatever you're looking at can see you back.
Always, or is it a...
Yeah. It's more of a video call.
Fuck it, he knows I'm here anyway.
Plus, we could also just go into like a really remote.
We could just make it look, you know, like we could cover the
We just go
background
into
so
the
we can't see
sewers
what
and
it
have a
is.
sewer wall behind you.
I suppose.
There's multiple sewers, I assume.
If that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what we got right now.
Okay. It's in that junk drawer.
You keep it... Whatever. I'm
make
beyond
Western?
caring at this
You
point.
walk over to a bench and there's a big thick drawer and you pull it out. And it almost looks like a bowling ball bag. It looks like a purse with a big leather and it's got like a not quite a zipper, but it's got like buckles that you unbuckle and it opens up. And inside is a it looks see-through and silver at the same time.
Okay.
It's not like a pearly prism. You can't really see through it. But yeah, he's like, bring it back when you're done, just once. Don't
Okay.
just like, you know,
It was
keep
in
it.
It was in a junk drawer for
It
one
was,
thing.
and I want it there.
I'll bring back your property, Sig. I'm not going to steal from you. Why would I steal from you?
I'm watching
You're
you.
literally one of the only non-evil people around that is from the same time frame as me, roughly.
Reaches into the
How do you know he's not evil?
reaches into the robe and pulls out a cigar.
If he's evil, he's terrible at it. If he's good, he's terrible at it too. But like,
Good point. Go away. It's my smoking time.
Okay.
all right.
He leans back into a chair and he goes, EJ, hold! EJ walks over. Okay. And grabs it. Looks at you guys. Have a good day in the sunshine.
Are you okay? It never seems like you're okay.
Sig, please let EJ out every
EJ
now
can
and then.
do whatever he wants. He chooses this.
I
I don't think he chooses it at all.
EJ, what do you want to do right now? Hold the cigar.
EJ, are you programmed to say that?
Absolutely not.
He's definitely programmed to say that.
I'm just saying, according to you, EJ birthed an entire plane of existence, and now he's your cigar
No, I
holder.
birthed the plane of existence because I gave birth to his AI, and the AI, technically this is only a fragment. EJ is not responsible for that. EJ is he's budded off like an amoeba. At best, he's an undeveloped clone.
I don't know if that's better. We'll deal with the potential robot slavery another time, though. Enjoy your cigar.
I will.
Walk out.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see how 100 or thousands of that would be terrible.
He's not even from the Institute. He's just...
So you're all crazy from that time period,
Well,
or
I guess they did recruit him, technically. I don't know what his position...
Recruit is such a nice word.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Just
is.
like how Eli was recruited.
Which is why they use it.
Okay.
Does that usually entail getting shot in the head?
Only for you, because you're special. But that's for another day. Anyway,
damn it.
So, what do you want to do?
well,
Where are we gonna take this thing?
he already knows the Hartnell exists. I could just do it in the Hartnell.
Isn't that
Would that work?
technically different?
It's a
plane?
different plane, right?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Like, is that... Would that make a difference, or... Because I know I've messaged from the inside of the Hartnell before. Or whatever it's sending.
So, roll an Arcana check.
21.
Okay. So, you can use the mechanisms in the Hartnell to connect to the material plane or whatever plane you're on to do that. Or, the scary thought you just had is if they did steal your ideas, technically the interiors of any machine that copies the Hartnell would be on the same plane across time. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to try, if you're worried about someone being on the interior of a similar contraption, making that call, or if you want, or if you're worried about him being on the material plane, making that.
So the idea being, if he's in a...
Yes.
I was gonna make a dumb... if he's in a vehicle similar, let's say he's in a Trouton, I don't know, and I could then scry from the...
He's in a Capaldi.
No, that's a much later model. That's... Anyway.
2,000 years.
Oh, God. I guess I'll try it in the Hartnell. I guess I could theoretically try it twice, ritual casting. First, I'll just try it in case he's in, like, a ship similar to the Hartnell.
Okay.
And then if that doesn't work, I'll try to connect the material.
Okay. Where are you doing this? Just in the console room?
Yeah.
Or did you want to do it? You do have a conference room, which is kind of fun.
I'll do the conference room because I like the monitor that swings around the room.
God damn it.
It's a great name for it.
Yeah.
Just put a big, like, something else on the screen.
Were you gonna say
I don't
dick?
know. No, like
Oh.
like a different background, like just a wild savanna or some shit. That's
No,
not
this
where
is-
you are.
The Hartnell screens when they're in idle mode look like this.
What's that?
It's just like a spinning galaxy.
It's a spinning purple galaxy.
Of course it is.
I have this set up to look like what I imagine the
Oh, okay.
Hartnell stuff looks like. Have I shown you
Purple
this?
people,
No.
damn it.
Oh yeah, you have shown me that. Yeah. Somewhere between Star Trek and Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sat down in the conference room. You, Elenia, Evelios, and Isilius. Does anyone else? Agnir was gone. You didn't want to ask your Dun to be in here, I assume.
He
was
can if
sleeping.
he wants to, but he's probably sleeping, so yeah, no, it's fine.
And Kazdan's here. Did you want him to be part of the call?
Probably not a good idea.
Maybe have him like just because
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
I don't
no,
want
no.
the monitor to see him.
No, have him not in the room at all.
Yeah,
Outside of the Hartnell?
The rest of us can take
just
care of
outside
it.
of the room because scrying works like you can see around, but you can't like move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So were you, I guess, are you just setting the ball in the middle of the
Yeah.
conference table like a fucking Cisco?
Yes.
Okay. And you take 10 minutes to tap into this, and you're thinking of the monitor, and there's a save involved. What is your spell casting DC? It's your DC.
18.
18 minus 9 would make the
27.
or I guess plus 9 to the DC,
Yeah.
so 27. And then minus his roll, basically, right? He just has to hit a 27.
Yep.
Why don't they just say add instead of... It's kind of weird.
Because you're supposed to take it away from the roll.
Yeah.
It's the
It
same.
seems
It's
easier
a
to add it to
saving
the DC,
throw.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's the same thing. So adding it to the saving throw makes it 27. Okay. Okay. So you focus on that. All of you see the crystal ball slowly start to hover. And it comes to about eye level. And then a small mote of white light lifts off of the top. And it starts to slowly expand into a kind of a 3D ball of semi-white. Kind of like this white color of these studio umbrellas, where you can kind of see behind them. And as you look into it, Professor putting the energy into making this process work. There's just kind of the low hum of the Hartnell in the background. All of you sort of intently looking. And then slowly, almost like gray smoke, you see, to one of you, a very familiar eye. And then the rest of a face. A fair-skinned gentleman with a speckled goatee, right? An eye patch.
Of course, he has a goatee.
And a smile. And that's where we'll pick up next session.
God damn it. Fuck.
Oh no.
God damn it. I've been meaning to go check on the Herald for like a month.
And then you do it like 2 days after he gets kidnapped?
Fucking bullshit.
Rip.
I'll be back for you. You just left. In the desert.
You know,
Sid Saldrew.
Your best
Sid
friend.
Saldrew.
Dude,
You
we
left
were
him.
like
You gave him a
babies.
book.
I get the feeling
One book.
the Herald is aware of the scatterbrained nature. Oh,
I'm surprised
boy.
he didn't go back into the meat dimension and made a life there. Like, settled down with his meat children and his meat wife.
Oh god, that
Disturbing?
means he's just fucking meat, and I don't want that.
I mean,
That's so.
if never mind,
The meat dimension's
we're
the
gonna
worst.
ignore that comment.
The meat dimension is the worst.
Best. Wait,
The best.
I loved it.
It was cool.
It was fun. Yeah,
So,
I liked the rain. The meat rain.
that was sort of acid rain, but yeah.
Yeah, but
So, that's the end of the sesh. We'll be back again next week. We've been so punctual. We've been doing Tuesdays. It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how it worked out.
We'll see how it keeps going. And also, I didn't do the dev debates tonight. I'll
And
might look at
also,
them tomorrow.
Had I
Next
had I
Tuesday.
known that today was gonna be a big Destiny puzzle day, I probably would have been streaming that all day. But
Yeah, I didn't think about the dev debates, but yeah, is it next Tuesday as well?
no, I won't be. I have work.
Oh, okay. So Thursday or
Fucked it up.
Friday probably. But yeah. Hope if we can get Alex for 2 days next week, we or soon we'll be doing a live when that happens. So, yeah, looking forward to it. You've contacted the monitor.
The monitor.
Good times.
Now we'll actually get to see how crazy he is.
Oh yeah. So, that's it. I'm looking forward to it. What else? Anything? We're not doing a giveaway? We can just leave. We can leave and go eat.
I'm so
I can
fucking
go.
I'm so
I'm
hungry.
Go to
dying.
my last minute homework.
Oh boy. Oh.
Hey, I might actually turn on my stream afterwards, after I eat, to see if I can get if you guys have genius brains, you want to try to solve this fucking puzzle with me.
Sarah puzzle time!
That could be a thing, depending on what the next clue drop looks like in the next 2 minutes. So.
Alright, well, we love you very much.
Do we?
We do. Come hang out soon to see how this continues to go.
Kills us immediately via Scry somehow.
Ugh.
You guys have
Finger death,
several
finger death,
threads
finger
on
death.
which to pull
Yeah.
if you
We have
decide
so
to do
many.
They're just like...
It's actually not that many different threads where they point to, but you have like a few major there's a lot of ways to pull the thread. That's really what it is.
It's like we're in a yarn store.
Yeah, it is. It's
it's
very
just like-
interesting.
Where does it keep coming from?
In my head, it's very organized.
I hate you.
Organized
I'll be
chaos
so
is still
mad
chaos.
when this is all over and we're like, oh!
And then we can finally...
Oh my God,
You know what's gonna be funny when it was actually all a dream. Okay, so
Don't
The
blow
end of the
off.
session.
We all wake up on Bob's tour since
No,
the beginning
we all
of the
wake up on the
campaign.
Skyrim cart, just slow.
God damn it.
juniper berries. It was just like a little. It was like the IRA just blew up a thing, and you're actually in England.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And we're just right back in Eli right away.
Yep.
There it is.
All right. Have a good night, Randy. I like your sweater.
Oh, thank you.